死んだ。わあ、初めて俺に伝えている。
絶望の匂いだ。
面白いこと見せようか。ほら、こんなに人が多すぎて。
お父さん。
あかん。
ドナルド君、まだ死ぬ時じゃないでしょ。
アメリカ、万歳。ファイト。
絶対負けないよ。
ランド、トライドだね。
出ろ。だってまだサンキュー言ってないでしょ。一回も言ってください。
おい、仲良くしてるね。この世界、季節にいけるかな。昔グレートだった大きにまたグレートになるかな。あのさ、有名人なら誰かのマンコ掴んでいいさ。そう言い放せるで。
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime Mage, IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Wednesday. I see Mar Millen with the pre-stream chat grift tax. I get worried if he doesn't show up, but he always does. And Nandy shows up in the house. I knew that if I did that intro, Nandy, I knew you would be happy. I knew that. And there you are, Nandy showing up. And normally, any man that uses that emoji, I would make fun of you, but you are praising Donald Trump and you sent me money. So I would never insult someone that sends me money. I would never do that to you because I respect you. Thank you, Nandy. Dougie B 199 says LFG. I heard from Dougie B earlier and got a few things to share. Nandy says play it again. You know what? Roll it the fuck back.
死んだ。わあ、初めて俺に伝えている。
絶望の匂いだ。
面白いこと見せようか。ほら、こんなに人が多すぎて。
お父さん。
あかん。
ドナルド君、まだ死ぬ時じゃないでしょ。
アメリカ、万歳。ファイト。
絶対負けないよ。
ランド、トライドだね。
出ろ。だってまだサンキュー言ってないでしょ。一回も言ってください。
おい、仲良くしてるね。この世界、季節にいけるかな。昔グレートだった大きにまたグレートになるかな。あのさ、有名人なら誰かのマンコ掴んでいいさ。そう言い放せるで。
I covered up the subtitles like an idiot. Like, what type of moron am I? But it's the thought that counts, okay? You don't come here for high production value, so we're not worried about it. Timothy says, Thune is a cowardly traitor who wants to lose the midterms. Oh, we're going to talk about that. Zioni says, it doesn't matter if you agree with war or not. So many American first people are actively spreading Iranian propaganda and AI slop. It's truly wild. That I agree with completely. These people that are anti-Trump and like anti-war, anti-Trump, like people right now are absolutely worse than Democrats, dude. They are pathetic. They're absolutely pathetic. Little Jim's Halo says there's a new It's Ma'am clip. Really? I haven't seen this one. I need to know about that. Hey, real quick, now that we've got people rolling in here, programming note. This is very important for MegaCon. Because of all of you, MegaCon has now upgraded us to a bigger room. So it was a concern if we were going to have enough space based on the RSVPs for our meetup. And I know that the RSVPs for the meetup don't directly translate to how many people are going to be at MegaCon, but We have been upgraded. So now the room will be bigger and more than enough people to hold all of us. So bigger room, more space. Everybody should be able to get in because basically we were like, look, I think there's not going to be enough room. It was a 400 person room that they had us set for. And I'm like, we have over 800 RSVPs for our meetup. So I don't know if we're going to fill, I don't think we're going to fill 1,000 person room, but I know that we will overfill a 400 person room. I think we can get 600 to 800 people potentially in the panel room, hopefully. Anyway, we have a bigger room now. We will have all that information updated on geeksandgamers.com, but the new room is right here. It is room W304. So that's where we are. And the time has been bumped back 15 minutes. So instead of a 10:15 start time, it's a 10:30 a.m. start time. We will have all of this information updated on our website article, but just, pass that along to, everybody, that needs to know. So anyway, there we have it. Okay. So, all right. Now we've got to get to today's news. Okay. Lot to talk about, lot to go over. And in fact, one thing in particular, so President Trump did his rally in Kentucky. I heard from our boy Dougie B, who was there, by the way. Shout out to Doug B. Doug B messaged me and he said, and I got his permission that I could share this information, but he says, Trump just spoke in Kentucky at a rally for the candidate running against dumbass Massey. This event made me feel proud to be a Kentuckian again. So many disappointments have come from Kentucky. And he said also a woman had medical trouble directly behind Trump as he was speaking. And of course, out of respect, he stopped and the staff cut the feed out of respect. Total class act. So hail to you, Dougie B, for giving us that information. And, it was a hell of a rally that Trump put on. If we get time, we may just listen to the whole rally. I do have that pulled up. But one thing in particular that happened tonight is that, man, we live in a strange timeline, okay? We live in the strangest timeline. Trump decided to call Jake Paul on stage. Yes, Trump had none other than Jake Paul on stage. And, man, oh man, not only did he call Jake Paul up there, Jake Paul spoke, and Trump said something else. So here we go. Here is President Trump with Jake Paul. Here we go. Listen to this.
God is with us. I know he wants us on the right side of history. And everyone here has to do their part. And God's got us. Trump's got us. God bless. Love you, Kentucky.
No, he's a great guy. He's a courageous guy and a talented guy. He's a hell of a fighter, too, by the way.
Now, this is the part that's crazy to me. All right. Now, to be fair, out of the Paul brothers, I will always take Jake Paul over Logan. However, not a huge fan of either. But if I have to pick, I think Jake Paul is far more tolerable than Logan. But this part right here is wild. Okay.
He's a hell of a fighter, too, by the way. And I just want to say, I'm going to make a prediction that you will be, in the not too distant future, running for political office. And you have my complete and total endorsement, okay? No, that's what we want. He's an incredible guy. A lot of courage and smarts.
Oh, man. Trump. So it's interesting. Listen, him saying that Jake Paul may be running for political office, I could see it. I really could. But for Trump to say my complete and total endorsement is wild. It's absolutely wild. And I kind of cringed a little bit when I heard that because I don't think Trump just probably knows the Paul brothers as big internet celebrities, highly successful businessmen, and knows nothing else. But the fact that we live in a world where the current president of the United States of America, who's also the most popular president of the United States of America we've ever had, and the most influential president we've ever had, is now standing on stage and endorsing Jake Paul for president or for running for office is crazy. But anyway, it's freaking crazy. Nandy for 50 says, I like Massey, but his collabing with Ro Khanna on Epstein has been as big a shit show as Bondi's 10,000 videotapes on my desk debacle. At least 3 million files and pics and videos came out, so Bondi can somewhat save face. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, that whole thing with Massey and linking on to the Epstein narrative and all of that, it's just ridiculous, man. You don't have to agree with Trump on everything. However, you should be, generally speaking, you should be in the world we live in, you should be trying to push through whatever the party that you're part of is pushing through, generally speaking, because that's what we're up against on the other side. The Democrats are always together on everything because they equally hate Trump. And so Massey, always just trying to be a contrarian on everything, has gotten to be annoying as fuck. Because right now, the Democrats have unified in their hatred of Trump. That's the bottom line, whether you like it or not. And when your enemy is operating like that, you need to be aware of it. And we don't have time for cute little, sideshows like Massey wants to be. And the fact that he has decided to link onto Me Too 2.0 is absolutely ridiculous. Dougie B 450 says Massey is a dipshit and a total disgrace to Kentucky and our country, period. So the question is, and I asked Doug this, is just like, can this guy that Trump is endorsing, can he beat Massey? Now, Massey is popular, so I'm not going to sit here and take things away from the guy. He's popular. And he knows how to capitalize whenever Trump is criticizing him. But you know who else is popular? Donald Trump is popular. Damn it, popular. Dougie B for another 50 says Trump went off about how much he hates Massey, and I love every single second. This is what I voted for. Well, I've got some of those clips pulled up, some of his comments about Massey. And yeah, he did kind of go off tonight. But I guess first, let's just start listening to his comments right now. And we will pause. We will commentate. We will, talk about what he says. But this is everything full. Ehab says Trump is waging a supply chain Cold War. He's taking areas that could cut off supply routes, making resources securing easier, faster, bankrupting enemies, and creating dozens of protective choke points. If you look at it, that does seem to be what he's doing right now with Venezuela, with Iran, Cuba. The man knows what he's doing. This is why I trust him. This is why it's easy for me to say I don't love the Iran war on the surface, but I also acknowledge that Trump is far more knowledgeable about whatever the hell he's doing and whatever we have going on than any of us. So I trust him completely. All right. Mr. Blue Sky TV says MegaCon upgrade tax LFG. Can't wait. Hell yeah. It's going to be awesome, man. It's going to be awesome. Here we go.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. And a very special hello, Kentucky. I love Kentucky.
I love Kentucky.
I love Kentucky. We won in a landslide. We won by so much. We have the all-time record in this state. But it's great to be back in this beautiful Commonwealth with so many proud, hardworking, unbelievable American patriots. Thank you.
Well, and by the way, I told you, and I'm sticking with it this time. I am making videos for Geeks and Gamers again. And I'm going to tell you why I'm sticking with it. Do you want to know why? This would be my only direct address for what the quartering said in his apology video to me and Gary and Drinker. This is all I'm going to say about it, okay? It was kind of a wake-up call for me because in that video, the quartering said that he follows Google Trends in order to make videos on YouTube. I couldn't believe he said this. I have never looked up Google Trends to make a video. Holy fuck. He legit said he follows Google Trends, and if Google Trends aren't trending, he doesn't make videos on it. What? So, that's something I've never done as a YouTuber, but I do kind of see what I will say, but I do follow what videos are making. Like if I see other people's videos tracking and it's something I'm knowledgeable on, then I'll say, okay, cool. But I don't look up Google Trends. And it really was a wake up call to me that the reason that I have not made as many videos on G&G is because I was trying to find, like I was worried about views. I don't worry about views anymore. I'm just going to make videos that I want to make. So like, for instance, I would really like to make a video because we've talked about this on Tuesday Night's Main Event. I'd like to make a video with me and maybe Krista, maybe Steph, where I bring the people that have been playing that new Pokemon game and we talk about it and we get their feedback on it. And we talk about the comparisons to, the Animal Crossing and all that shit that they play. But who cares how many views it gets? It's a good video. It's a fun video. Bring on other people for different perspectives. Instead of chasing like the fucking latest Hollywood article or whatever, just make fucking videos. You know what I mean? Or I could just chase Google Trends. Wild. But anyway, you will see me making more videos though.
And we're here today with the men and women of a phenomenal company that has been helping Kentucky grow and prosper for 6 incredible decades. In other words, they've been here for a long time. Verst Logistics. Verst Logistics. Good company. Just met a lot of the people that run it. They're good people. They love you. They love you, actually. If they didn't, I wouldn't be here, probably. I don't think I'd be here. If they didn't love you, I'd walk off this stage right now. With your help, this family-owned business has risen from a small trucking operation into a juggernaut of warehousing, packaging, one of the biggest, transportation, all these big labels they put on. But I'll tell you, America's favorite brands right here. And this has been an unbelievable group of people that built this wonderful company. And I want to thank them very much. It's an honor to be here. And like the people of Kentucky, you do it with skill and precision and pride, using equipment stamped with those beautiful words, made in the USA. Do you remember? Made in the USA.
By the way, really quick, I got to tell you this, because again, we're going to pause this and I'm going to share other news along the way, but we're going to be able to hear Trump's entire speech, but there's other stuff to talk about. And this is huge right here, okay? President Trump has officially endorsed Brandon Herrera for Texas 23. Let's freaking go. Today, I am endorsing America First patriot Brandon Herrera, who is running to represent the wonderful people of Texas 23rd Congressional District. Brandon is strongly supported by many highly respected MAGA warriors in Texas. So you see right here, but yes. Brandon Herrera has my complete and total endorsement to be the next representative from Texas 23rd Congressional District. He will never let you down. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go. That's awesome, man. And what's key about this is because look, let's be clear. Trump actually endorsed Brandon Herrera's opponent, Tony Gonzalez, and Brandon Herrera defeated the Trump-endorsed Tony Gonzalez. Let's be clear about that, okay? Now, with that said, here's why this is so important. Brandon Herrera, since winning after Tony Gonzalez stepped away, Brandon Herrera has been getting absolutely attacked like crazy. Like the mainstream has been going after this guy, taking clips out of context. The Rolling Stones been writing articles about him. Like they have been crushing him, and he's fine with it. He can handle it. Okay. But that's why this is so important that Trump is, endorsing him, because it kind of offsets a lot of the shit that he's going through right now. So super, super happy that Trump has endorsed him, even though he already defeated Trump's endorsement, just to be clear. But yeah, good stuff right there. So congratulations to him.
We're putting it all over the place. And we're making more and more things in the USA, more than we ever had. More people are working today in the USA than at any time in the history of our country. And by the way, do we have a great military? The best. Better than any military in the world by far. I didn't know that we're going to have to be showing it off so much, to be honest with you. I built it. In my first term, we built this military, and I didn't know that we'd have to use it quite as much as we're using it, but we're using it well, and there's no better military. There's nobody even close, so we're very proud of it. So we have in this company 2,600 employees, and they pour out their sweat and their soul into shipping the products America knows and loves, and they're doing more business than they've ever done before. And thanks to the record-setting tax cuts that we passed in the great, big, beautiful bill, biggest tax cuts in the history of our country, tax cuts. As I grew up, I'd watch politicians, and I'd always hear that, we're going to cut your taxes, cut your taxes. This is the first group of opponents. It's the first group, the Democrats. They're always saying, we're going to raise your taxes.
John Jones for 10 says, hey, Jeremy, going to have to miss the meetup because my mother is going into hospice care. Her situation is so sudden, and watching you has helped to get me through it. Thanks for everything you do. Man, I'm so sorry to hear that. Man, there's been a lot of people, their moms have been, having some issues. So, I mean, again, I think a lot of you are, closer to my age than, closer to, a young person. So obviously the older you get, the older your parents get. So, so sorry to hear that, man. So I'm assuming you were planning on being at the meetup and you're not able to go. I really hate to hear that, man. If you want to, if you want to email me your information, I can see about getting you a poster and some merch sent out, something like that. So whatever we can do. So just shoot me an email. Actually send the email to Tommy@geeksandgamers.com, not Jeremy. Send it to Tommy@geeksandgamers.com with all of your information, and I'll see about what we can do. Sorry, you're not gonna be able to make it though, man. Taker says, is JD Vance the best thing to come from Trump's second term? I get that he's done other things, but can he top JD Advanced? I'm not sure anything can top JD Advanced. I'm not sure. Let's see here. Pack Anonymous is, oh yeah, I forgot to talk about this. Ladies and gentlemen. All right. This is going to make a huge portion of my audience very happy. Okay. Just saying. All right. I meant to talk about this earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, Alina Habba is now single. Now, I have it on good authority that she's very interested in some of the top super chatters for CobraCast. Okay. She's got her eye on some of the top super chatters. I'm not confirming that. I'm just saying that that's what I've heard. Okay. So I've heard that she's very interested in that. I can't confirm that, but that's just what I've heard. So yeah, you got a shot, boys. All right. You got a shot. Alina Habba officially on the market. There you go. A few people said, really? Oh, man. So, yeah, she had a millionaire hubby. And for whatever reason, I mean, listen, if you've ever like anytime any dudes are hanging out and we see like a really hot chick with a dude, it doesn't matter who the guy is. Us guys will be like, guy's a pussy. Look at that guy. Like, even if the guy is like Brad Pitt, we're like, look at this pussy. He must have money. He must have money. There's no way she's with him because she likes him. Look at this pussy. Remember that scene in Cobra Kai where Johnny and Daniel are talking about what's her name? The girl from the previous movies. And then they look her up on Facebook and she's like with this doctor or something. And he's like, he's skiing and he's like, look at that stupid face. Look at this loser. Allie, that's it. Allie. Yeah, Allie. Dougie B, here I am. Hubba hubba for hubba. Dougie B is officially number 1 on the running list for Alina Habba now. I don't make up the rules. But Dougie B, he's looking like he's in good shape right here. So we'll see. But yeah, so Alina Habba on the market again. And Doug B right now, based on rumors, is in very good shape to be in line to maybe take her out. Maybe. We'll see. But play a Habba clip instead of Sweeney. I don't really have a Habba clip, but I can do some research and we can make that happen.
Historically, a politician has to. Ideally, you're going to follow through. But you have to say, we're cutting taxes. They say, we're going to raise that. They were going to give you, if they won, Kamala. But they were going to raise your taxes more than any. It was the biggest tax increase in the history of our country. And I kept saying, are they really saying this? I don't know. What do I know about politics? I haven't been doing it that long. But they were going to give you the biggest tax cut. And now again, the midterms are coming. They want to raise your taxes higher than you've ever had before. We have to win. The midterms are going to be very, very important to keep it going.
Well, and this is what's awesome about this. Again, thank you, Doug, so much, man. I really appreciate it. So I think we're going to see Trump doing a lot of this type of campaigning for the midterms leading up to it. And as you guys know, for many of you that have been here through this whole run with Trump 2020, Trump 2024, the thing that a lot of people miss more than anything is the Trump rallies. Because the Trump rallies are just so good. I've been to a few Trump rallies myself. And obviously once he got into office in 2024, it's like, man, no more Trump rallies. But I think we're going to get quite a few Trump rallies. The only thing I will say about a Trump rally at this point in time, and Doug, maybe you can, give more information on this, but I do worry about the security at these events that he goes to. That's the one thing I worry, especially right now with what's going on with the Middle East. I very much do get worried about his safety in these situations right here. And I am curious because I've been to multiple Trump rallies and security was good there. I don't think it was like the craziest thing I've ever been through, but I don't know what the perimeter was like and all of that. But I am curious about that. So I am Brockertran says, wouldn't the West Coast drone attack be another reason to go at the head of the snake instead of waiting, just like Trump said? Remember, 3 service members died on January 2024. Nothing was done at all. Yes, I do agree with you on that for sure. Let's see. Hey, hold on, Zwanny, hold on, Zwanny, hold on. We can alter the deal. Hang on. Where the fuck did your comment go? I can't find. All right, Zwanny says, well, damn, I was going to drop $500, but I'm not interested in whatever woman that you're all drooling over. We can What you just tell me, all right? Do you want a picture with Trump shredded and ripped? We can pull that up. They're real pictures. It's not AI, okay? It's not AI. So whatever we got to do, okay? $500 is $500, okay? Just saying. I caught that comment. I was like, I ain't letting that one go by. Anyway, can we ban Zwani, says Nandy. Oh, man. You guys are crazy. This chat is amazing right now. Before we continue on, all right, so our article on geeksgamers.com has been updated again. That is not the right picture, by the way, because we have changed the information and the room. So we have got an upgraded room at the MegaCon now. And we actually do have, I just retweeted it, but here is the entire schedule right here. Let me see me open that up in a new tab right there. So here you have it. So we have Thursday, me and Gary will be at the Ripaverse booth from 4 to 5:30. Jay, X-Wing, and Eric will be there after us. Bro Science after that, all on Thursday. Friday, G&G and Beardo and Odin, G&G with Criticalist. Eric July, Critical Drinker there on Friday. And then Saturday is the huge day for us. And there you see the Geeks and Gamers panel. Meet with Chuck Dixon will be there. The Ripaverse panel. Yellow Flash and Drinker will be at the booth. And then meet the creators of Gabriel and the Guardians right there. And then Sunday, Drunk 3PO and RK Outpost. And then remaining G&G crew here. And then meet the creators right there with Caro and Andrew. So a busy, busy time at MegaCon. Gonna be awesome. Can't wait. So hope to see all of you out there. But again, we did get an upgraded room, and that information is right there. Time has shifted from 10:15 to 10:30. We got a bigger room because we had way too many people coming. So I don't think we're going to fill this room up. But if we even get it, if we get this room 75% full, that will be crazy awesome. So we'll see. But we were definitely going to, fill up the other room. So anyway, all right, back to business at hand.
But thanks to the tax cuts, which are record setting, we passed the great, big, beautiful bill. And I'm pleased to report that Verse Logistics is investing more than $10 million into expanding its operations this year, right here, $10 million. And you're buying brand new tractor trailers and opening up warehouses in 2 additional states, Texas and North Carolina. And that's what it's all about. And that's why we did it. And with the help of our tax cuts, all of those trucks and warehouses and equipment purchases, everything that we're doing, and everything that you see in this country that's being built, you get what's called expensing, meaning a deduction in the first year. 1 year, it's the bit. Now, to a lot of people, that doesn't mean. To me, it means something else. It means jobs. That's why we have so many jobs, the best jobs ever.
What the heck?
Perhaps most important.
What the heck's going on? Night vision? This fucking Metal Gear Solid? The hell's going on?
To the workers here today, I'm pleased to report that the great, big, beautiful bill also delivers.
I kind of don't want to change it.
No tax on overtime. Whoever thought that was going to happen? That means every extra hour you work, your overtime pay is now 100% tax-free. You have no tax. Remember that when you go and vote.
I don't want to change it. Okay, it looks like it goes away here in a minute, so we're just going to let it keep going.
Democrats want to end it. So you take home 20 or 30% more to those beautiful children or whoever the hell you're bringing it home to. Okay, I don't know who you're bringing it home to. I don't want to know. That's not my business, although it could be interesting. After so many years of politicians who sold out the working men and women of our country, we finally have a president who puts American workers first. With us today are the front row Joes. You know, they have followed me. What are you up to? About 350 rallies, right? 350 rallies. I don't know what the hell they do. I don't know where they get their money, but they follow me a lot. We have a lot of people. They just like a tour, but they're front row Joes. They're like professionals at getting on the front row. Thank you. There's a lot of them too. Thank you very much. Great honor.
Hey, now, by the way, I wanted to do an update on this because the other day we were talking about little Ben Shapiro, and I shared a picture of him, and it was his eyebrows had been AI memed. And I felt that I needed to correct the record on that because I didn't want to be, listen, I have a lot of integrity as a serious political commentator. I'm delivering the news to all of you. You trust me to give you just nothing but the truth and the facts. And I failed you a little bit. So I shared a picture of Ben Shapiro, and his eyebrows had been digitally altered. Okay. Now, some would say it's because I'm jealous because I don't have eyebrows, and Ben Shapiro may have taken my eyebrows. I just want to show that this is the real picture of Ben Shapiro right here. So this is the real picture. Just wanted to correct that for the record. Didn't want to put any AI imagery out there. It wasn't for memeing or anything like that, but this is the picture. So I just wanted to show this, there's no confusion or anything like that. And I hope Ben Shapiro's not mad at me. Hopefully I'll get invited out to the Daily Wire again for an event. So just wanted to correct the record because you all trust me to give you the truth. And I failed from that perspective. So I apologize. There we go.
So a short time ago, under a man named Sleepy Joe Biden. Has anyone heard of him? Has anyone heard of him? How about Barack Hussein Obama? He went to Jesse Jackson's funeral. He spoke, and it was like a political hit job. And the family of Jesse Jackson got angry as hell at him because they understand they hated each other. You know, but I loved watching that. That was so. The family goes outside and they start screaming at him. A short time ago, under Biden and his allies in Congress, we were dead as a doornail. We were a dead country, I'll tell you, and it looked like we weren't going to come back. Now we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. This is the hottest country anywhere in the world. Most powerful military. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election, all time. And the typical American's 401k is up by almost $35,000 since I took office. And in 4 years, Joe Biden got less than $1 trillion of new investment into the United States. So think of this, $1 trillion over a period of much less, over a period of 4 years. We got $18 trillion. And Jake Paul knows what that means. $18 trillion in 11 months, because they haven't calculated the 12th month. So we have 18 trillion in 11 months. Say in a year, what difference does it make compared to substantially less than 1 trillion in 4 years? You would say they didn't do a good job, Jake. I didn't ask Jake who he voted for, but I don't think it was Kamala. No, I don't think so. I think your whole reputation would be shot if you said, oh, I voted for Kamala. That would be the end of your whole career, Jake. But here in the heartland of America, you're already seeing the results of what we've done. I just came from Thermo Fisher Scientific in Reading, Ohio, right across the way. The great American company that's investing $2 billion in domestic manufacturing, all because of what we've done with the tariffs and with the deductions and all of the other things that we've done for.
Let's see here. All RIP people saying that Trump lost his energy. Yeah, I mean, these people, like, dude, he is 79. Like, the fact that he is even able to, like, he's still operating at a higher level than anybody else. He may not have the energy he had back in 2016 or even maybe in 2020, but he's still got a lot of freaking energy, dude. It's next level. But like, these people aren't operating within reality when they say stupid crap like that. Little Jim Salo says, liberal hive mind has the video of its ma'am. Oh, okay. I'll see if I can pull that up. Miniature Fun Thing says, who had Trump endorses Jake Paul on their bingo card? Not me. 2012 James says, I didn't vote for Trump to take my Texas vote. What do you mean by that? I didn't vote for Trump to take my Texas vote. I don't know what that means. What do you mean by that? Flag Ninja says the quartering following Google Trends is him trying to force a result. I just thought that was crazy, man, to like basically say, hey, I don't really believe in anything I talk about. I just look and see what Google Trends are telling me to do. And I'm like, okay, I don't, but I'm glad you do. We all kind of look and see what gets views for sure. And we like, oh, but that doesn't mean I'm going to make, like, remember the Johnny Depp thing was like going crazy and channels were blowing up. And I never made Johnny Depp videos because I was like, I don't give a shit. I don't care. 2012 Jameson says F. Cornyn will not vote for him. He's not MAGA. Dark Red Knight says U.S. oil tanker struck by Iran. Yes, I actually have that pulled up. I don't have any more information on it at this moment. But right here is the video. An American-owned oil tanker has been struck near Iraqi waters. So right here. That's all. So again, all I know is that people are running with this. I haven't seen a whole lot of information. I don't know if it's near Iraqi waters. I don't know if it's AI. I don't know. I've just heard this being reported for the past couple of hours, but just because I see things are being posted, I'm not just going to immediately react to it because there's so much bullshit. Like, I have no idea to tell what's real and what's not, but I've seen a couple of people that I do follow that have been reporting on this, but so I'm just saying, until we get more information, take it as it could be legit and it could be fake as hell, because I really don't know at this point.
Ford Motor Company, and by the way, we have more jobs in terms of construction. We're building more factories now in this country than at any time in the history of our country. More factories are being built.
Like right here. Somebody said, Grok, is this true? Yes. Credible reports from Iraqi officials, Reuters and Al Jazeera. Yeah, the very credible reports from Al Jazeera are telling us this is true. Okay. Thanks, Grok. Appreciate that.
And Ford Motor Company, a good old staple, has announced a $2 billion assembly plant in Louisville, Kentucky, which will support more than 2,200 Kentucky jobs. And I was with Ford the other day. I was in Detroit, and Bill Ford, the head of it, he had an advantage over everybody else in getting the job, but that's okay. He was born Ford, but he was showing me a plant that was built in like 1914, very old, one of the biggest plants in the country, but one of the oldest. And they were getting ready to shut it down a year and a half ago. And then he heard Trump was running, and he sort of said, let's wait. So they were getting ready to shut it down. It was on minimal time. It was just a question of time, but he said, let's wait. And he waited. And they just announced 2 weeks ago that they're now going to run 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, building the Ford 150.
He was born a Ford. Andrew, for $100. Democrats forget the number one rule of the hustle. Don't get greedy. Their corruption and deceit have become impossible to ignore anymore. Now the average person is starting to ask, do I have to be, you have to be so communist? They are the party of high taxes, crime, and corruption. They are. And not only that, I mean, they're also the party of illegal immigration, open borders. And I mean, I know that can fall into crime and corruption, but to get a little more specific, I mean, they truly are. They are the party of true racism. They are the most racist people. It's absolutely insane. And the projection is off the charts. That's why it is tough that there are so many people that Trump embraced, even though they were phonies and frauds. And this is, if you want to talk about any major flaw of Trump's, it's because Trump is, it's too easy to win him over with compliments. You know, if you just praise him, he's not going to go after you. He's just not. And all of these lying podcasters and all of these people, like, they're complimenting Trump because so many people jumped on the bandwagon for Trump 2024, especially after Butler. And so all of these people were like, oh yeah, we love you, President Trump. We love you so much. And he, if you tell Trump you love him, and if you seem halfway genuine, you know, he's gonna take you at face value. And, you know, all of these people that embraced him because it was the trendy and popular thing to do, now all of a sudden have decided, well, I can get more attention if I go after Trump. And they are creating far more problems than the Democrats are at this point in time. But it is what it is. I've said it before, with Trump being as popular as he is and as influential as he is, you're going to have an economy of people that pretend to hate Trump for money. There's people that pretend to love Trump for money. And that's just what happens when you're as big of a name as he is. He's just created an industry of people all over the place that can benefit. But when all the dust settles, you get rid of all the bullshit. The Democrats are the party of high taxes, crime, and corruption, 100%. Let's see. River Miles, it says, let's see. WGAF, what Al Jazeera thinks. What about Al Bundy? Hey, now Al Bundy, I care what Al Bundy thinks. All right. Absolutely. Some people may not know who Al Bundy is. That's a sad, sad reality of where we are as a society. Nips Litter says Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo, best SNES and Mario game. Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, I think Super Mario World is right there as the greatest game of all time. So obviously it's the greatest, you know, Mario game, and arguably the greatest game ever made. So Miniature Von Thanks says, you see Cornyn called to end the filibuster. I saw, if you're talking about the interview from earlier, but I don't know if that's the one we're talking about. There's been a lot of clips of him that I haven't seen all of them though. Mark of Rally says, don't tell Elon about Alina. Elon, Doug B, Elon might be able to outbid you. I hate to tell you, Doug B, but he might be able to outbid you, bro. So you might be in trouble. Elon might be able to outbid you, Dougie B. That's my thought. I think he probably can. Ministry of All Things says, does Haba have a son who's also single? Beardo. Nas says, that's the worst gift or grift. Is it gift or grift you've pulled yet? But with ABF out, I'm pulling for Laughing Man. Laughing Man saving up for MegaCon. So I think he's going to be out. He's saving up for MegaCon. Doug B says, damn. JDT199 says, I can always depend on CobraCast to aim for solidly average, and then you nail it so hard. Gold star for consistency. Not the worst thing I've seen this week, but it's only Tuesday, so the bar is still low. Hail the 199. What up? Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Big difference. It's a big difference. That's a big difference. You shut it down or you run 24 hours a day. And they're doing a good job. Apple, a great company, $2.5 billion to manufacture 100% of the glass for iPhones and Apple Watches right here in Kentucky factories, all being made. And Apple's spending $650 billion on new plants all over the United
I don't know what the hell's going on with this feed on right side right now.
States. Think of that. Who the hell else could have done this?
Is it Wednesday? He did say Tuesday in the super chat, didn't he? But it is Wednesday.
Nobody else. Nobody else. I say it kiddingly, but I'm actually not kidding. Nobody else could have. He's done a good job, Tim Cook. But $650 billion. Think of it. And just 2 days ago, GE Aerospace, they're doing phenomenally, announced a $1 billion investment in American manufacturing, including $115 million right across the river in the Queen City, Cincinnati. I love Cincinnati.
The Ask Grok feature tagging Grok in replies is now exclusive to X Premium and Premium Plus subscribers. This change took effect to manage high demand and compute cost. Oh boy. So now all the pores can't use Grok. Is this true now? I love the picture Pirate Nation shares here. Grok, is this true? Grok, is this true? Good Lord, man. It's like absolutely cringe to see that so much. But in all reality, it's laughable. Again, you can get some good information if you want, but ultimately it's more laughable than anything. Jeremy just mentioned this earlier today. What are you talking about? Not the Premium Plus side, but Grok in general, about people asking about it or constantly asking it. I did bring that up. All right, back to Trump.
So jobs, factories, and new investments are pouring in as they do. We have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a short period of time, including 8,000 brand new construction jobs in Kentucky. Okay? Kentucky. I love the way a real Kentuckian pronounces it, but if I do it, but I love Kentucky. More Americans are working today than any time in history, and that number is going to be, wait till you see the numbers by the end of the year. We did an excursion. You know what an excursion is? We had to take a little trip to get rid of some evil, very evil people. It should have been done for 47 years. They've been killing our people. 47 years. 47 years. And I can only say this. They were all prepared. They're very strong. You know, they're going to try and take over the whole Middle East. They were going to knock out Israel. They don't know what the hell hit them, right? They don't know what hit them. They got hit by the American military. They don't know. They say, what the hell is happening? They didn't expect anything like this. To bring down energy costs for American workers and families and businesses like this one, we ended the Green New scam. You know the scam?
And hey, and
greatest scam in American history.
For all the people that are upset about like Grok not being free, if you want to use Grok, just pay for it. Like, what's the big deal? Seriously, like, if you want to send a super chat, just send a super chat. If you're homeless, just buy a house.
If you're homeless, just buy a house.
That was all a setup for that meme right there. When I saw somebody said, just buy a house, because somebody said it in the chat, it reminded me of this one. Classic memeage right there. If you're homeless, just buy a house.
If you're homeless, just buy a house.
Well, maybe the election results of the second election were. I would say what was the greater scam, the Green News scam or the 2020 rigged election? I would say the
2020 rigged election, Mr. President, no doubt. Vader Mike for 20 says, here's for the new Haba tax. We got Haba tax up in here now. I like that. I like that. Dougie B for 50 says, I love Trump, but he needs to stop with the Kentucky accent. It's a little funny, isn't it? As a matter of fact, on the point that Trump is making right there about the 2020 election, a reporter asked him earlier, okay, about this. Now, you're not going to be able to hear it very well, but I will, I'll tell you what he said. I'll play the audio, but you're probably not going to be able to hear it very well. But I mean, this is classic Trump right here, okay? This is what I voted for. This is who I voted for right here, okay? So they're talking about the rigged election, okay? Trump, the election was rigged. The reporter says it wasn't rigged. Trump said, if you say it wasn't rigged, you're a rotten reporter.
very well with Rwanda and with Congo, and we hope they're going to get along.
Sir, in Arizona, why did the FBI seize election records in that state?
Well, they probably thought the election was rigged, right?
It wasn't rigged, though.
Oh, really? How do you know?
Your own Attorney General in 2020 said that there was not measurable voter fraud to change the outcome of the election.
I think it was rigged.
There's no, sir. Where's the evidence of
Say
that?
it wasn't rigged, you're a rotten reporter.
Where's the evidence of that?
It's just, he's arguing like he's a child. He's just leaning in. He's just arguing.
Change the outcome of the election.
I think it was rigged.
There's no, sir. Where's the evidence of
Say
that?
it wasn't rigged, you're a rotten reporter. 2020. I think the election. I think the election, but what difference? But the main thing is, we said get out and vote. We're going to do it again, and we're going to make it too big to rig, and that's what we did. We got the highest vote in history. We didn't need that big. We made it too big to rig. We terminated the insane electric vehicle mandate where you were mandated. And I like electric cars. I think they're great. I like Elon. Electric cars. I think they're great. I like Elon. Not everybody wants that.
What the heck is going on with this feed, man? It's echoing and everything.
I like Elon. Electric cars. I think they're great. I like Elon. Not everybody wants an electric car. And I like them. It's a great product, everything, but they have to have. It's a great product, everything. We ended the mandate. Now you can have gasoline. You can have hybrid. Now you can have whatever the hell you want. You can have whatever. They wanted you to buy an electric car. They wanted you by 2030 car. The only one problem: you can't charge it. You ever see a charger? You can't charge it. You ever see a charger? You drive it down, and they say electric charging plant, 150 miles. 150. That's a bad feeling. That's the bad feeling. And we massively increased production of American oil, natural gas, and of American clean, beautiful Kentucky coal. Clean,
Okay.
in the Trump administration, we're not allowed.
Oh my God.
But we say clean, beautiful coal. And we had Doug Burgum the other day.
Okay. All right. We finally fixed it. But he did compliment Elon Musk. It was just echoing like crazy through that. So, but yeah. Let's see. Brad for 20 says, in defense of the quartering, I think he is a market-based pragmatist. Is that how you say that? Pragmatist? I'm sorry, like Trump. Whereas you are like Elon Musk, willing to pursue a vision in the nth degree. There is room for both philosophies. I like both of you. Well, I don't disagree with that at all. Ultimately, that's the premise of the reason I was bothered by him bringing my channel up in the first place. We have two completely different philosophies as to how we approach things and what we're doing. I don't do this because I'm chasing trends. I do this because I'm into the stuff that I talk about. And there's nothing wrong with someone chasing Google Trends, but you know, when you start trying to bring other people into it and try to make comparisons, that's where I had the issue. But I don't disagree with the premise of what you're saying. I have no problem with anybody being on these platforms and doing whatever they're going to do. You know, there's people that I know that clickbait very hard, that to the level that I just can't do it. And I see what type of views they get. And I'm sitting there going, damn, I would kill for those types of views, but I can't clickbait that hard. I can't do it. I mean, I'll meme about it here and there, but like I can't push that hard on clickbait. I will meme on myself. I'll lean into it with a sarcastic perspective, but I cannot go that hard. But that doesn't mean they're wrong. But it's a difference in philosophy. So it's really simple as that. But either way, I'm at a point now where I can, whatever. I've got so many channels. We've got so many revenue sources, and I don't have to sit there and freak out over if this video gets, 20,000 views or 50,000 or 100,000. It's like, whatever. The views are the views. If people enjoy it, they'll watch it. If they don't, we'll make more. So Midget Menace says, hey, Haba, I may be in a wheelchair, but they do call me Meals on Wheels. Want to take a bite? I think you got a shot, brother. I think you've got a shot. I really do. Mike Hale says, don't know why Netflix is remaking Man on Fire. It's perfect the way it is now. Yeah, I saw that Man on Fire trailer, and it's just like, man, we've have a Man on Fire, and it's a perfect movie. It's a perfect movie. Denzel did a phenomenal job. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Don't need a new one. Not going to be watching Netflix's version at all. I finally did watch the first episode of One Piece season 2. So good. I can't wait to just finish or get through the entire second season of One Piece. But yeah, I very much enjoyed the first episode, and I'm ready to get through this entire second season. Can't wait. Let's see. Pack Anonymous says some good news, some good mom news. Strong 89-year-old next month. Teen years babysat both Nick Saban and Joe Manchin. Went to high school with San Huff, friends with Jerry West. Holy crap. That's a hell of a resume right there. Wow. 89 years young. That is crazy awesome. Congratulations. Nice to get some good mom news for a change. Rooster says, is that a Beardo behind Trump? I don't know who we're looking at. I don't know who we're looking at. Old Dragon Soul says, got me some Panda Express. Also Jeremy Gay. Joe Bits Toys says Al Bundy tax. Bob says never saw Gina's husband until today. Wow. Packy Proton says uprisings against communism everywhere now. Cuba is tired of it and possibly attempts on Putin now. Luis says they're taking away grok for the poors. Grok, is this true? Litton says he's quarterless. His apology was clickbait. Suffer, bad Jer. Louise says, if you can't afford a super chat, stop being poor. Oh, man. Jeremy's for the disappointment with the rest of One Piece. Why is that? The live action? Live action? I mean, look, there's a lot of One Piece fans, and I talk about this a lot. People that are a fan of the source material are rarely satisfied with the live action adaptations, understandably so. You know, that happens a lot. So I know a lot of One Piece fans did not like the live action season 1. I loved it. I thought it was fucking awesome. And so that's just it. You know, when you're heavily invested in something and you have heavy knowledge into stuff, you're not going to like it if it's a live action adaptation. So
Secretary of the Interior, who's great, and Chris Wright, Secretary of Energy. And they were giving a long speech on coal. And I tried to stop them. I was in the audience. They kept saying, clean, beautiful coal, clean, beautiful coal, clean, beautiful. And after about like 40 times, I said, wait a minute, just say coal. It's too much. It's too much. But it's clean, beautiful coal, and it's back, and it's roaring back. You know, it's interesting. China uses a lot of coal. China's very smart. They use coal. What they don't use much of, if at all, are windmills. So they make all the windmills, and they sell that garbage to us. Round and round it goes, keeps losing money. Every time it goes around, it loses $25. That's a lot, you know, and kills a lot of birds, kills them all. You know, if you shoot a beautiful bald eagle, they put you in jail for 5 years. Windmills kill them by the thousands. Okay, figure that one out. Last year, I took action to save 74 coal power plants from crushing restrictions and regulations that were putting them out of business, that would have forced them to shut down, including 4 plants we saved right here in Kentucky. And some of the people.
Hey, business is picking up, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Breaking news, Bigfoot sightings light up in the gloomiest corner of Ohio. Residents report dogs are shaking in fear. Road trip, let's go. Bigfoot sightings in Ohio, let's go. I am ready. This is exciting. Right here. All right. This is it, man. This is the moment right here, okay? Bigfoot sightings light up in the gloomiest corner of Ohio. Stop with the ads. Numerous reported sightings of hairy beasts, which are said to be up to 10 feet tall, have been reported in the gloomiest corner of the state, leaving believers on edge. Some are even suspecting an entire family of Sasquatches could be migrating throughout the region. At least 7 Bigfoot sightings have been reported across Northeast Ohio since Friday, according to the Minds at the Bigfoot Society, with most of the encounters coming between Akron and Youngstown in Portage County. So let me get this straight. Our sources for this are from the Bigfoot Society. That's our source. Jesus. That's our source. Hey, the Bigfoot Society is reporting 7 Bigfoot sightings. You can believe us, okay? We investigated ourselves, and it turned out we're innocent. Let's see. Good Lord, this site is dog shit. Surprising no one, perhaps, none of the Bigfoot spotters have managed to snap a photo. Yeah, no photos. So anyway, I just wanted to show all of you this really quick in case you were curious if there were any Bigfoot sightings out there. It appears that we do have some Bigfoot sightings going on right now. No photos, no videos. But you can believe us, guys. It's from the Bigfoot Society. So it's see, I'm of the mindset that I don't think like you bring up like Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, all of these things. What was the thing in Mobile, Alabama? What the hell was that thing? People remember the thing, was it like a leprechaun or something? What was that thing in Mobile? Mobile, Alabama, there was something. Not Mothman. Was it a leprechaun? I feel like it was. Joe Dirt. Inbreds. I can't remember. There was something. Was it Chupacabra? Is that what it was? Chupacabra that wasn't in Mobile, Alabama, was it? Alabama Leprechaun. That's what it was. It was Alabama Leprechaun. But the Chupacabra, I don't remember where that one was from. But anyway, my point being is that where all of those stories, I want them to be true. I really do. I want to go. Is it in Scotland where Loch Ness is at? I want to go there, but I wouldn't get in that water to save my life. Hell no, man. I wouldn't get in that water to save my life. But I want to go there just because of the aura and the eerie feeling. It would be so cool to go there. But anyway, I'll have to get with Gary. Maybe Gary wants to take a trip out there or something. That would be kind of cool. All right, back to this. Sorry for the distraction there.
That work at those plants are here with us now. It's very powerful, and it is now with modern equipment, clean, beautiful, but it's a very powerful fuel. It's very powerful. And if it wasn't China and some of these other big behemoths would not be using it. They use it because it's powerful, very, very powerful. The wind, they got
some good stuff, Doug.
And you want to watch, and your beautiful wife, our first lady, says, "I'm sorry, darling, you can't watch tonight. The wind has gone down, and we have."
Somebody said, "How would you get to Scotland?" I mean, my truck has 4-wheel drive, so I'm good. Like, put it in 4-wheel low, I'm good. So yeah, I got 4-wheel drive in my truck, so that's not a problem.
I want to watch myself on television. I want to watch myself debate. She says, "I'm sorry, darling, we have absolutely no energy. There's no wind tonight." What a scam. That's a pretty big scam. That's one of the top. I say that's a top 5. It's about 5 that are real beauties. I also announced a lease agreement for $1.5 billion of private sector uranium enrichment facility in Paducah. Paducah.
He likes that word. He likes that word.
And as we take decisive action to stop the threat posed by the...
Why did he say it twice and he said it like that?
Paducah. And as we take decisive...
Hang on, he said it twice.
About 5 that are real beauties. I also announced a lease agreement for $1.5 billion of private sector uranium enrichment facility in Paducah. Paducah. And as we take decisive action to stop the threat posed by the terrorist regime in Iran with Operation Epic Fury. Is that a great name? Well, it's only good if you win. You can only do. And we've won. Let me tell you, we've won. You never like to say too early you won. We won. We won the bet. In the first hour, it was over. But we won. But they gave me a list of names at general. "Sir, you can pick the name you'd like, sir." I said, "The name of what?" "The name of the attack on Iran, sir." And they gave me like 20 names. And I'm like falling asleep. I didn't like any of them. Then I see Epic Fury. I said, "I like that name. I like that name." And my administration, as you know better than anybody, is also working to keep the oil flowing. It's flowing all over. We knocked out, they want to drop some mines. Very friendly people, mines, so boats blow up. And we knocked out
Again, born to be a comedian, forced to be president. All right, that's the Trump story right there. Born to be a comedian, forced to be a president. Doug B says, "I need some of what they're smoking in the gloomiest corner of Ohio." Carl says, "I watched Melania today on Prime and really enjoyed it. Gave it a thumbs up. I'd recommend it. Here's to Trump 2028. I've heard good things about it. I'm going to finish. I'll finish One Piece first, and then I'll probably try to get around to it. But I have heard good things about it. DD for 20 says Chupacabra, goat sucker, ran around in Brazil in the 1990s. Could be alien, remains a mystery. I'm going to have to jump on Forbidden Frontier with Gary and talk about all this shit, man. I love this type of stuff. I would love for this stuff to be true. I really would. It'd be the greatest thing ever. But yeah, thank you for the info. Brittany says, how did Drinker get the name Drinker? It's pretty hilarious to hear you say it aloud when you're ranting. I don't know. That's a good one. Good. And it's good to see you here. Good to see you. Always having my back as usual.
I have to change because they knock them out so fast. I've never seen anything. Think of it. They knocked out 54 ships in 2 days, and they're real ships. In fact, I got angry at my people. I said, are they any good? Yeah, they're warships. I said, why the hell did we kill them? Why didn't we just capture them and use them in our Navy? They said they wouldn't have qualified for that. But I got a little upset with my people. I said, why do we have to knock them? And actually, one of my generals said, sir, it's a lot more fun doing it this way. But we knocked out 58 naval ships. We knocked out their Navy, okay? Let's put it that way.
Beardo started the gaming stream but forgot to hit live until 8:15. Oh my God. Who hired this idiot to run my streams? Like, who made this decision? Who made that decision? Like, how is this possible? Did he really mess it up? Hang on, let's see. Is this the start of it right here?
Oh my! Oh my goodness! Holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen, the 199. Welcome back into another Wednesday night Geeks and Gamers video game live stream tonight. We are playing Fall Guys. You guys can go over to Geeks and Gamers Rumble to watch Steph, my nerdy home, who is playing Pokapia. At the same time, she's watching Fall Guys, playing Fall Guys. We have Miss Kristanova here. We have X-Wing 5. We have Marv. He works for the web. And also... So we did the intro twice, chat. I did not go live when I thought I went live on the YouTube. So we did. If you guys are watching on Rumble, you guys heard the intro twice.
Yeah. We did a whole bit. There was laughter and much joy.
Yeah.
Now,
Jubilation.
nothing.
I pulled my wiener out.
Great. Only shame.
Sorry, guys.
What are we playing?
There we have it.
Chad.
Beardo's already defeated. He's already defeated.
But they also knocked out the mine layers. They call them mine layers. They put mines in the water. Lovely job. Isn't that nice? Blow up ships. And we knocked out 31 of them. And, you know, I was very proud of myself. I said, why didn't you use the weapon that we use on the drugs that come in by sea? Do you know that drugs by sea are down 98%? And I said, that's a hell of a weapon. And they said, well, give it a shot. It worked very well. We've knocked out, I think, 28 or 29, all of them, almost all of them. They'll all be gone. By the time I'm finished speaking, they'll be gone. These people work very fast. But I'm pleased to report that earlier today, the International Energy Agency agreed to coordinate the release of a record 400 million barrels of oil from various national petroleum reserves around the world, which will substantially reduce the oil prices as we end this threat to America and this threat to the world. We don't want to leave early, do we? We got to finish the job, right? Over the past 11 days, our military has virtually destroyed Iran. Tough country. Their air force is gone, totally gone. That took the better part of about 3 hours. They no longer have radar. They don't have anti-aircraft equipment. They don't have anything. Their missiles are down 90%. Their drones are down 85%. We're blowing up the factories where they're made left and right. And frankly, nobody has ever seen anything like it. Nobody's ever seen anything like what you're witnessing now, and that can include the original killing of Soleimani and al-Baghdadi, two of the worst killers in the world that I did, as well as Operation Midnight Hammer, where we totally obliterated Iran's nuclear potential. We obliterated it. They don't have nuclear potential. And then after Midnight Hammer, and then we left, we figured that'll be the end of them for a while. But they started again. That's why we got to finish it, right? We don't want to go back every 2 years. And that's because, there'll be someday when you don't have me as president, you'll have perhaps you'll have a weak, pathetic person like we've had in the past, mostly all. Like Barack Hussein Obama, who signed one of the worst deals ever with Iran, where they were going to give up everything. Remember when he filled up a 757 with billions of dollars of cash and sent it to Iran? Billions. People forget that. That's when I realized the presidency is very powerful. When you could put over $1 billion in an airplane and fly it over and give it to a foreign country that's your enemy. How stupid was that? But that deal, the Iran nuclear deal, gave them the right to have a nuclear weapon as of 3 years ago. If I didn't terminate that deal, I terminated it very quickly. If I didn't terminate that deal, they would have had nuclear weapons, and this world would right now be a different place, much different place. Believe me. And then Biden, he came along. He had no clue. He didn't know what the hell he was doing. But what they did was incredible. Everything they did was wrong. Think of it. Afghanistan, the most embarrassing day in the history of our country. Embarrassing. 13 dead, but hundreds and hundreds are dead I count both sides, I do. I count both sides, sorry. But hundreds and hundreds of people dead. And instead of leaving from Bagram, they fled. I hate to even say it. There's no reason. We were in there. I was the one. We're going to get out. We're going to get out with strength and dignity. We're pounding the hell out of them. They didn't like Donald Trump, the Taliban. They would do anything I asked them to do. You know that. And this guy comes in, left all the equipment behind. I said, every piece of equipment will be taken out with us. They said, no, it's better to leave the plane. I said, why is it better? Well, I think it's more cost efficient to leave the plane. No. You got a brand new fighter jet, $150 million. You give it a tank of gas, little jet fuel, and you fly it out. They said, sir, I think it's better to leave the plane. These are the exact opposite generals as we have now. Do we love General Raisin Cane? He's great. But oil prices are already coming back down, and it's going to come down. But we're not leaving until that job is finished, and it's going to be very fast. It's going to be very fast. But we're not going to count on having competent presidents. We have to assume we're going to have incompetent ones, like the one we had last time that couldn't walk off a stage. Remember? He'd finish with a speech. The speech would last about 2 minutes. People would come out, not many, like 2 people. And he'd be finished with the speech, and then he could never find his way off the platform. He'd look around over here. There's so many stairs. I have 4 sets of stairs on this platform. Usually they have at least that. He couldn't find, or walking up Air Force One. Now, I know the problem with this, it can happen. You could slip. I could slip. I came downstairs today that was soaking wet. It's a little rainy today. And I have steel stairs. And I'm saying, hey. But I do it very slowly. I grab that thing because nobody cares if you set a speed record. The only thing I admired about Barack Hussein Obama, which was nothing actually, but the only thing is the way he bobbed down. Remember, he'd bob. Hey, you talk about unpresidential. He's bobbing, and I couldn't believe that he made it without at least a noticeable major fall. But Biden was the opposite. Biden couldn't even walk up the stairs. He fell 3 times walking up the. And the world watches that, and they don't like seeing it, although they actually do like seeing it because they say, what the hell is going on? Or when he fell at the Air Force Academy, right? And the general was standing there, could have caught him. but he didn't want to drop the paper that he's holding in his hand. So Biden went down for the count. Now, we have a country now that's respected, and we don't play games, and we have the greatest military, and it's so nice to see. It's so nice to see. And they want to get back in office for the midterms, and you can't let them. Did you see that they went to Munich, right? You saw that, right? You saw Gavin Newsom. He admitted that Gavin Newsom. So I think
he is hitting all of the greatest hits, but I got to show you this real quick. John Fetterman just said it, no holding back. Fetterman said we should kill every last member of Iran's leadership. Whew.
You are confident that the world is better after the death of Iran's supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khamenei. But his son,
100%.
His son is
kill every last member of their leadership.
Well, his son is now in charge, and he's considered even more of a hardliner.
Well, they should kill him too.
Oh, well, maybe they will.
Fetterman ain't fucking around, man. It's just straight to the point. I respect it.
his career is over. Okay. Let's get off the teleprompter. Do you mind if I get off the teleprompter for a couple?
No teleprompter.
This is, I have these great speechwriters. I drive them crazy because
that's where the woman fell, right? The old woman. I've seen her back there in the back. So I guess that's the woman that had the issue. Right back here in the back. Hang on. Right here.
So I think his career is over. Okay. Let's get off the teleprompter. Do you mind if I get off the teleprompter for a couple of minutes?
Oh, wow. That's scary. That's scary.
I have these great speechwriters. I drive them crazy because half of the time I'm not. But Gavin Newsom, in an interview, you have a doctor in the house, please? Doctor? Yeah, take your time, please.
Somebody just screamed out, "We need you for 4 more, Donald."
Take your time.
What happened? There was an old lady. There's an old lady back there, and it looks like she passed out from dehydration. That's what it looked like. They're cutting the feed? Are they cutting the audio?
We have all the time. These are great people. They wait so long, hours and hours. They're great people, right? We have all.
Okay, this is one of the most accurate super chats right here. Compliments are to Trump as same as super chats are to Jeremy. I can't even argue that. I can't even sarcastically say anything to combat what you just said. I just got to own it. You're 100% right. You are. This is the most accurate. This is the most accurate thing anybody has said right there.
All the time, right?
Yeah. People need to be quiet, okay? Like, I listen. I get it. Trump standing there. You got an opportunity. Like, have some respect. There's an old lady passed out. You got paramedics working on them. The family is worried, and you're taking this as an opportunity to scream compliments at Trump. I just think that's not cool. Have some respect. I mean, yeah, Trump stopping is what most politicians wouldn't do. You're correct, because most politicians are completely controlled by the script and by their schedule and all of that. And Trump can sit there and he's like, I can wing it. We need to take a few minutes and stop. Let this get dealt with. He handles every situation like a pro.
Responders
Yes.
are incredible, by the way.
Well, it looks like they cut the feed. I think Doug.
Think of that.
Oh, here we
You
go.
have no tax on social.
Okay, so yeah, so they cut the feed for a minute, which is the best thing they should have done. So, but it looks like now it's been dealt with. I don't know if we have an update, but I'll see if we can find an update on that.
Security, 800,000 seniors, and they will end it. We got to win the midterms. We also made interest on auto loans tax deductible. First time that's ever happened, but I did put a little proviso. The car has to be made in America for you to get it. Our tax cuts are projected to raise incomes in the Commonwealth by $5,400, boost household take-home pay for you by nearly $10,000, and protect more than 84,000 Kentucky jobs at a minimum. And some of the jobs we're creating or protecting are right here at Verse Logistics. So let me call up your outstanding CEO, Paul. Come on up real fast, Paul. Come on. Paul Verse. Come on up here, Paul. Let's go. Do it fast, Paul. They don't want to hear from you.
All right, real quick. Dr. Oz assists our amazing first responders in helping a woman who appears to have fainted at the Trump rally.
She looks great. She looks great.
So that's her. She's up. Poor thing. She looks kind of scared, but also relieved.
It's Dr. Oz. Can you believe it? Dr. Oz. Wow. He's a good doctor. Thank you, Oz.
Trump is the ultimate showman, dude. He's the ultimate showman. All right, let's get past this. How long is this guy going to talk? There we go.
Good job. You think that's easy to do? That's not easy. Oftentimes I'll say to the head of a company, please come up and say, no, I don't want to do it. Very good. Thank you very much. Thank you for the prayer. Also with us today is Sammy Biddle, who works at the restaurant and bar in nearby Newport, Kentucky. Sammy makes over half of her income through tips. And now, thanks to the no tax on tips, her tax liability has been slashed by more than 50%. The average filer's tax refund this year has soared to nearly $4,000. You're saving $4,000, and Sammy's receiving even more, over $5,000. So Sammy's going to make over $5,000 more than anticipated, all because of the great big.
Look who shows up in the chat. Alina Haba's new boyfriend says, quit drooling over my new girlfriend, you schmucks. I also changed Grok to weed out the idiots. You're welcome. Now pay me and Jeremy. So Alina Habba's new boyfriend, is that a picture of Elon and Alina Habba walking together? Listen, man, if I'm Elon, I'm shooting my shot. All right. If I'm Elon, I am shooting my shot. I mean, you're the richest man in the world. You know, you got this, Elon. Like, go for it, Elon. Absolutely. Luis says, if you can't afford a super chat, stop being poor. Alex Aerocave says, nah, Habba goes for quadriplegics like me. Site Team says, what's the hardest part of a vegetable to eat? The wheelchair. Also, you're fascinating to talk to. JDT says, Grok is Bigfoot real. Tris Page says, hey, Jeremy, did you see the solar fields destroyed with storms? It's crazy. Have fun painting with the 199. I did not see that. I'll have to check into it. Aaron Alexander says, those Bigfoots are druggies in, is it type of suits? I got to be careful with that one. Little Jim Zalo says, is it just Big Mike and Barry hiding the hot dogs? Jeb says, if Sasquatch was real, county folks would have found them by now and tried to eat them. DTR Doug says, Bigfoot, fuck yeah. Tinhead says, imagine if the first verified footage of Bigfoot was Bigfoot bandaging a dude in, oh, you mean banging a dude in a Bigfoot costume? The internet wouldn't know what to do. I didn't need that thought in my head, okay? Mr. Blue Sky says, Paducah tax. Pippi says, last night on Tuesday night's main event, I see why Beardo's not allowed on FNT. That video. Here's a donation to the Beardo Literacy and AV Club Fund. Thank you. Dougie B for 10 says, well, crap. Hey, Jeremy, anyway, I can get that 199 back, lol. Hail to you, brother. Metalhead says, if Jermit is Elon, he would go for his sister. I mean, if she looked like Alina Habba, probably. Well, whatever. Says, look up ODNR Bigfoot on YouTube. The Ohio Department of Natural Resources has several videos of Bigfoot. All right, I'll check it out. Mod Eric says, every service member that dies in service gets a handwritten letter from Melania. Jeremy has the article. Also, we dropped a Moab on Iran. Jeremy has the video. Here we go.
Beautiful bill that the Republicans got passed, but with not one Democrat.
Thanks, MH60.
They want to raise your taxes. They're going to raise your taxes. So, Sammy, come on up for a second and say hello, Sammy.
Thank you, Mr. President. Oh, there we go.
Be nice, chat.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sammy Biddle, and I am a general manager and bartender at a local distillery in Newport, Kentucky called Pensive Distilling. And like most servers and bartenders, a big portion of my annual salary comes from working double shifts and tips. A big dream of mine has always been to save up enough money to buy a nice piece of land and eventually build a home on that land. And this year, due to our president's no taxes on tips and overtime policy, I got more year-end taxes back than I ever have, which has helped me get that much closer to my American dream.
Comments are exactly what you'd expect. Right here, general manager or general contractor. You guys are horrible, dude.
Thank you, Sammy.
You guys are horrible.
So millions and millions of Kentucky families will have more money in their pockets thanks to what we did with respect to tax cuts. And I just described, but every single Democrat in Congress voted against it. Every single one, not one voted for it. They want tax increases, along with just one Republican voted against.
She does seem extremely nice, and she's MAGA, and that's all that matters. All right. Plus, I'm going to pull a drunk 3PO comment. Okay. I'm going to have to pull a drunk 3PO comment on you, chat. I got to take up for the MAGA woman. All right. I've seen a lot of your shirt sizes, and a lot of you ain't got no room to talk. Okay. I'm just saying.
You know what the name is? He is the worst person. His name is, what the hell? How did he ever end up in Kentucky? His name is Thomas Massey.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
His name is, with just one Republican voted against. You know what the name is? He is the worst person. His name is, what the hell? How did he ever end up in Kentucky? His name is Thomas Massey.
Ooh.
How did he ever end up here, Paul? Anyway, no, Massey voted against tax cuts for seniors. He voted against tax cuts for overtime workers, and he voted against tax cuts for earners, tip earners. No, he wanted to increase the taxes. He voted with the Democrats. He voted against our historic funding for border security. He voted against border security, where we took the worst border in the history of our country, made it the best border in the history of our country in 2.5 months. He voted against it. And he voted against eligibility verification for welfare recipients. Nobody has to be eligible. Just pick up whatever you want. The people in this room don't like that. Thomas Massey also voted with the radical left Democrats in Congress to keep the federal government shut down during the open border crusade while our military went without pay. He voted for our military not to get that pay. And now Massey, he's the worst. And I don't say that. I never hit a guy like this. The guy's the most. We call him Rand Paul Jr. He votes against everything. But at least I like Rand a little bit. Can't love a guy that votes. I got him elected twice. If I didn't endorse him, he was not going to get elected. Do you remember that? I came and I did a little rally, and Rand votes against us all the time too. But at least he's okay. I wouldn't say the greatest. And now Thomas Massey is attacking a great Navy SEAL hero. This is a real hero, Ed Galrine, who's running against him in the primary. You know why? Because he's not doing right for our president. He didn't want to run for office. He's a hero. He's a farmer hero. He's a tremendous war hero, but he's a farmer right here. He's like central casting. I said, this is the guy I'm looking. I want to just give me somebody with a warm body to beat Massey. And I got somebody with a warm body, but a big, beautiful brain and a great patriot. He's unbelievable.
I had no idea where Trump was going with that shit, dude. I had no idea. I'm not sure Trump knew where he was going with that one.
Hero. He's a tremendous war hero, but he's a farmer right here. He's like central casting. I said, this is the guy I'm looking. I want to just give me somebody with a warm body to beat Massey. And I got somebody with a warm body, but a big, beautiful brain and a great patriot. He's unbelievable. And he did it because he said he's disrespecting our country. He votes against everything. And Ed became an independent a few years ago because
only Trump, man. Only Trump. Jeremy the Cyborg says, look up cardboard Ayatollah. The new supreme leader couldn't make his own coronation, so they used a cardboard cutout. I've seen those memes going around. I've actually got a couple of those bookmarked, so I will show this. And there's some great memes that goes along with it as well. And Guns and Butter says, dipping into my stripper tax money. Well, hey, or stripper money tax. I appreciate that. Thank you. I respect that a lot. Yeah, I will, Jeremy the Cyborg. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
he was so angry at the way the Republican Party was operating, and I don't disagree with him. Other people did too. But then it came back, and he came back strong because I got involved, and he came back stronger than he ever was, and now he's all the way, he's in this party, and he's in it. And he said, I came back because of the strength and wisdom that Donald Trump displayed, and I appreciate that. That's a nice think I'm going to use him in an ad. I think I'll use that statement. I'm going to use that statement in an ad. Strength and wisdom. I put wisdom in quotes because I didn't say it, he did. But many people have joined and rejoined our party, but Massey did not because he only votes no. He just votes no. Doesn't matter. I could give him the best things in the history of a Republican voter, and he'd vote no. There's something wrong with him. It'll be interesting to see what he does with the Save America Act, which is very simply, I think he has to vote for it.
So here's one thing that people always say this about Trump is that they say Trump takes the easy picks, you know, whenever he endorses people and all of that. And I mean, I think that that's relatively true, but at the same time, this going up against Massey is not a safe pick. He's rolling the dice on this one. And so as much as people want to, you know, sit there and say, oh, Trump just picks it, going up against Massey in this area, not a safe pick at all. So that kind of destroys that narrative 100%. Here's what Jeremy the Cyborg was talking about. Now, again, I legit thought that this was, I thought this was AI. I really did. But apparently, sorry, is this real? It can't be real. It has to be a South Park skit, but is this like for real? This isn't a meme, is it? Like is this legit? I don't know if this is real. I really don't. I've seen all the memes, so I don't know if this was confirmed or not. And there's so much bullshit out there that I can't tell. It's true. There's no way, dude. There's no way. There's no way. So I have seen the memes. Let me see right here, okay? The memes have been this right here. President Trump shows off the cardboard Ayatollah at the White House. Very cool. Here we go.
And it's very cool. Oh my gosh. Isn't that great? Just went up yesterday. Wow. And it's very cool. Oh my gosh. Isn't that great? Just went up yesterday.
So now people are like, is this so? Of course, it got community noted because, of course, this was not for real. We knew this was a meme. And then, of course, we got Jake Paul and President Trump.
Let's go.
But he's a nut job, so you never know. All voters must show voter ID. 98%.
Yep. Oh, this is a good super chat. All right. Tim Pool is the new generation era Raw, and D-Day is prime Monday Nitro. Okay. That's definitely a contender for my favorite super chat of the night. That one is good. Now, I mean, by default, Dougie B sent my favorite super chat of the night because it was a proper 199. But I'm just saying, like, this one's up there. This is a contender. I'm really digging that one. That one's good. That one's good.
That's 98%. All voters must show a little thing called proof of citizenship in order to vote. Right? Right, Paul? Paul agrees. No mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. You're away. You can't get there. We'll be generous. And then I added two things. We call them best of. You know what they are? Best of Trump. These are the best of. No men in women's sports. 99%. That's 99. And no transgender mutilization surgery for our children. That's it. That's it. And I think we're going to get it approved in the House. And I hear the Senate has a hard time. How can you have a hard time with that? How can you have a hard time? But Massey wants to vote no, but on this one, he may be forced. I mean, how can you do it? So I just want to say this. Thomas Massey is a disaster for our party. He comes from a state that I won by a landslide, got the highest vote in the history of your Commonwealth, the highest vote. I got the highest vote. That means the people like me, and I love them. I love them. I love them more than they love me, but I still got the highest. Remember with your mother, I love you more than you love me. We revert back to childhood. But Massey's a complete and total disaster as a congressman and frankly, as a human being. You know, he's got one thing going. He went to a good college, but I know a lot of stupid people that went to a good college. And my uncle was the longest serving professor in the history of that particular college.
Okay, new meme has dropped. I got to give a shout out to Isaac for telling me about this. He tagged me in it. So first of all, I'm going to give you the backstory here. CPAC announced that Steve Bannon was a confirmed speaker. Okay, this created quite the firestorm on social media, and people are like, "What in the hell? If we're gonna invite Steve Bannon, why don't we just invite, let's go ahead and get Harvey Weinstein, or something like that." So then people started memeing it. Then it was announced that Matt Gaetz was also a confirmed speaker. And then that made the memes go even crazier. And people started memeing this, that, and the other. And one of my favorite memes was this one right here. Confirmed CPAC speaker, the new cardboard Ayatollah will be speaking at CPAC. So here you have it right here. The new Ayatollah, the cardboard cutout, not the Ayatollah himself, but the cardboard cutout. But on top of that, the most important news of the night, and this, you may think cardboard Ayatollah is important, and it is. But ladies and gentlemen, we now have topped even the cardboard Ayatollah. You're hearing this for the first time ever. Exclusive news. Breaking news, everyone. Breaking news. We need sirens in the chat. Breaking news. Steve Lookner, breaking news. This is breaking. Here we have it. Confirmed. CPAC speaker Nancy Guthrie's kidnapper will be at CPAC to speak along with Steve Bannon, Matt Gaetz, and the cardboard Ayatollah. And Nancy Guthrie's kidnapper will be the keynote speaker. This is a keynote speaker. All right. Huge. I can't wait, man. I will be covering this live reaction. And it's good. The internet is fucking awesome, dude. Confirmed speaker Nancy Guthrie's kidnapper. And they used a picture where he's trying to put flowers over the camera. This is so bad. This is so bad. This is what I keep saying, man. Stop thinking the internet gives a shit about you, because it doesn't. The internet doesn't care. The internet cares about memes and laughing and roasting people. All right, that's it. Holy shit.
University, MIT, 41 years. My uncle was there 41 years. So that means I have much better blood if you go by that. But I went to the hardest college of all to get into, the Wharton School of Finance. That means I'm real smart. We got to get rid of this loser. This guy is bad. He's disloyal to the Republican Party. He's disloyal to the people of Kentucky. And most importantly, He is disloyal to the United States of America.
Yep.
And he's got to be voted out of office as soon as possible. On the other hand, Ed Galron has my complete and total endorsement. He's a true American.
Holy shit, my timeline is full of cardboard memes. Like, this is what I bookmark one fucking meme, okay? And this is my timeline now, okay? This is my timeline, all right? This is my timeline now.
Light as a feather. Introducing the Cardboard Ayatollah, the new leader of the nation. Now 100% recyclable, light as a feather, yet radiating serious authority with weather-resistant coating.
Oh my God. Here we go.
I don't know what you heard about me. What else you can't get a dollar out of me?
I can't play the music.
Then I'm
Oh my goodness, dude. DFF is one of the best accounts on Twitter, man. Absolutely fantastic. Holy shit. It's just everything. Homeless man shocked to discover his house is the supreme leader of Iran. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, what are we doing, man? Oh no. Oh man, this is too good. This is too good. This is gonna be a thumbnail for CobraCast right here.
American hero, and he's a great patriot, and he's doing it because he saw what this guy was doing to our country, and he said, "I'm going to run." He's now a farmer, successful farmer, and I can tell you, he's strong as hell. He shook my hand. My hand is still recovering. Sir, I'd like to shake your hand. Absolutely. Holy back. I didn't tell him that, you know. I'm telling him now officially. Ed, would you come up for a minute, please?
Mr. President, welcome to Kentucky and thanks for coming to the heartland. Because you are loved and admired here for your courageous leadership of our great nation at such a critical time in history. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. This is the
I'm just preparing you for what I'm about to show you, okay? Holy crap. The internet is completely undefeated. You will never beat the internet. I don't care what you think. The internet is undefeated. Holy shit. I got to bookmark this one. This is going to be a thumbnail right here. Like, holy crap, bro. Wow.
land of we the people right here. I want to thank you for your endorsement because once you did that, my support skyrocketed. So I look forward to serving to the people as their representative of Kentucky District 4. Because as you folks know, you deserve an authentic, true Republican conservative that stands shoulder to shoulder with our president and the Republican Party and against the Democrats who are trying to destroy our nation. USA, USA, USA. So, Mr. President, I will stand with you and the party to put America first and Kentucky always. Mr. President, I hope the fake news gets this. Tom Massey stands with the ladies of The View. Tom Massey stands with the ladies of The View. Mr. President, we stand with you. Fight, fight, fight! USA! USA!
He's not wrong.
I'm telling you, that is the greatest candidate. You know, I've done this before, not quite as violently and miserably as this one, but I just can't stand this guy. But I've had some candidates that weren't great. They'd get up, they wouldn't talk well. And I'm trying to beat like an incumbent bad congressman, senator, somebody. I do it all the time. If somebody's bad, I try and get them out of office. I should just leave it alone. My life would be a lot easier. But I have usually candidates that don't have what it takes. This guy is unbelievable. He is central casting.
So Trump is overselling him big time. Let's just go ahead and call that what it is. Okay. He's a little goofy, but I see some authenticity with the guy. He is goofy. He's got some energy though. If Trump wasn't endorsing him, he would not hit my radar at all. So let's just call a spade a spade. Like if Trump ain't putting this guy over, I ain't taking this guy seriously. With that said, Trump is putting the guy over. And if I'm going to say there's a couple of positives, that he's got some energy. He's kind of got a little goofiness to him, but the goofiness comes off as authentic. And so central casting Trump, Trump is overselling. He is putting a ton of salt and pepper, which is what he's supposed to do. So there you have it.
Just elect him. You're going to have no problems with him. Thank you. Ed, thank you. Unbelievable. That's great. He's a good man. With us today are some of the amazing warriors who, unlike Massey, stood up for the working people of this Commonwealth, this great group of people, the people that built the nation, including a wonderful man who's been with me all the way, Congressman Andy Barr. All the way. He's a good guy and a warrior. Also with us is a senator who came from really behind. He really didn't have a good chance of winning. The guy was a longtime senator, Democrat, he's terrible. He's running again. He's terrible. He was a terrible radical left lunatic.
My entire feed is nothing but these cardboard memes now, and I can't stop clicking on them. It really is. Memology says, is it bad if I'm both a Trump and a Massey supporter? I mean, I don't, you can support whoever you want, but I think Massey sucks. But obviously you can support whoever you want, but I guess I would say, who do you support more, Massey or Trump? Because it's clear that, both of them are working against each other. But yeah, look at this. Okay. Soon Tucker Carlson has an interview lined up, everyone. And there is the new interview that Tucker Carlson has set up. So I'm looking forward to that discussion. Now we have this one right here. Trump is going to go golfing with the cardboard Ayatollah. We got your package has been delivered, and it's the cardboard Ayatollah with Trump as the Amazon man. We've got update January, February, and now March with the cardboard Ayatollah. Cardboard Ayatollah seeing Ayatollah memes. It's just insane, dude. I hear you, Memology. I hear you, man. Good to see you too, man. These are just insane, man. Like, so yeah, new regime. There's a new regime right there. Not sure how we're going to be able to deal with that. The most unstoppable regime ever. And of course, that one. Holy crap.
But Bernie Moreno did some job on him, and he won the race, and it was amazing. And Bernie, congratulations. And thanks as well to CMS Administrator. You just saw him working. Dr. Mehmet Oz. He was just working. Thank you, Dr. Oz. Director of the Center for Medicare, who's an incredible guy, helped us so much with the reduction in drug prices that you got, the biggest reduction in history. Chris Klump.
Oh my gosh, dude. The internet is the most awesome thing ever. Biden is my new form, or my favorite new form of AI art. So this is Biden as Street Fighter characters.
I want to spin on him with that whirly kick. You know, the cyclone thing, the, what do you call it? Help me out, pal.
Tatsumaki Senpukyaku.
Yeah, that's it. The tater salmon scent pajama.
Close enough.
I'm gonna.
Oh, no. Hearing that Street Fighter music takes me back, though.
I'm gonna kick him like, what's that? The spinning foot. Help me here.
Hyaku Retsukyaku.
Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna do the Hyaku, what you call, I'm gonna hit him with the Hyaku Retsu ketchup.
Close enough.
I'm gonna hit him with the spiral thing, the boom, you know.
Sonic Boom.
Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna give him a Sonic Boom.
Close enough.
I'm gonna burn him. I'm gonna use my yoga, what's the flame thing? Help me out, man. Yoga flame. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna Yuggy flame him. Close enough. I'm gonna spin up.
Holy crap, man. We are doomed. We are doomed. And in fact, I guess I should go ahead and tell you guys now that I am a confirmed speaker at CPAC. So there you have it. Yeah, I didn't really want everybody to find out this soon, but I will be there with the cardboard Ayatollah and Steve Bannon. So there you have it right there. Didn't want everybody to find out, but here we are.
Great job. Your state attorney general, Russell Coleman. Russell, thank you. Thank you, Russell. Good job. A wonderful Secretary of State. We have a good one in Washington, too. Marco. Do we like Marco? I think so. Your Secretary of State, Michael Adams. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. State Auditor, Allison Ball.
Literally, my entire fucking timeline is this right here. This is why I can't give you any news, because my entire fucking timeline is the cardboard Ayatollah. People, you're probably watching a respectable show like Matt Morris, and he's actually giving you information. All I can do is share fucking memes with you. What the fuck?
Thank you. These are great people, and I've gotten to know them over the years. They're just incredible people. State Treasurer Mark Metcalf. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Great job. Your former Kentucky Attorney General, Daniel Cameron. Daniel.
Hey, Satan.
I don't want to right now.
What? Hey, relax. Come on, Satan. I've been working hard all day.
You haven't been working. You've been doing your stupid memes and just fucking around.
Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. And Chairman and CEO of Morris Industries, a good man, Nate Morris. Nate, thank you. Now, also with us is a local legend who did quite well suing the Washington Post and various and sundry others. Where's Nick Sandman? Where's Nick? Come here, come on, hurry up, Nick.
Hey.
He's a young guy, he can get up here.
He's awesome.
Guy walked away with a lot of money. They did a number on him. He said, we're not going to take it anymore. I love these guys. Nick, wow. Become a big celebrity, too. Nick, say a couple of words, Nick. We love Nick.
Well, thank you. And as I just said, really, the only thing I can say is, Mr. President, thank you. Thank you, and thank you to all of you, because it's us together which can beat the radical left. So thank you. We will always stand with you.
For those that are not familiar, if you remember years ago, the young kid that had the Native American man in his face, and then CNN spun the story and lied about these kids with the MAGA hats on and completely defamed them, and they got completely destroyed. And he sued the fuck out of them and won a lot of money. Yes, that's him.
I watched that whole thing unfold, Nick, and I said, that guy is getting scammed. And you know what? He scammed them, because what he did was pretty amazing. Him and his group of friends, he had good, loyal friends, Nick, and that's great. I loved it. I loved watching what he did. And another one who's, this guy is a piece of work. He a very tough cookie. But instead of fighting like a guy his own size, he fights a guy who's like 70 pounds bigger, who won, he's like a two-time Olympian champion. He's this massive guy. And my friend is a guy named Jake Paul. And
good old Jake Paul. Nubbin for a proper 199. Says lurking snake pit rise up 199. Thank you, Nubbin. And because of Nubbin, we will take this opportunity to show you more memes, because why are you a cardboard? These memes are unstoppable right now. Why are you a cardboard? Good Lord. Breaking, Iran releases chilling footage of their military mass producing new Ayatollahs. And this is not going away anytime soon. Thank you. You're just gonna have to make a full video of me laughing at Ayatollah memes, because this is all we have right now. This one right here, me liking every cardboard Ayatollah post. This is literally what I'm doing right now. Like my entire feed now. And this is how Twitter works. If you just like a couple of things on Twitter, or you bookmark a couple of things, Twitter is going to show you every single one of those things. And that's why my entire feed is this, because I can't stop clicking on the fucking cardboard Ayatollah memes. I can't stop. I admit it. I'm a person, I don't believe in addiction, okay? I'm not saying that other people don't suffer from it. I'm just telling you, me personally, I do not believe in the word addiction. I am not addicted to anything, but I might be addicted to the cardboard Ayatollah meme. I can't stop right now. It's literally my obsession. So.
And I said, and I'm watching, I didn't realize there was a slight size variance, like about 7 inches and about 70 pounds. This guy fought like, I tell you what, he is courageous. He's an incredible guy. He's got a brand new, beautiful fiance, and you're not allowed to use the word beautiful when describing women anymore. It's the end of your political career, but I'll say it anyway. What the hell? She's beautiful. She just won the Olympic gold medal. Where's Utah? She gold medalist. Boy, I tell you, she's strong. That means she's strong. You better be careful. She's a beautiful person, and she's a big, strong athlete. I watched her win that gold, and they have an expression, if that were a fight, they'd stop it, right? She's great. But Jake Paul is a great guy. And, you know, part of the deal is he said, do you mind if I do an interview with you? I said, Jake, I'm the president of the United States. I don't do interviews. Look at Joe Biden. He went 2.5 years without doing an interview because he was shot. But he was shot 30 years ago, too. He was no good. But I said, Jake, I'm president. How can I do your local podcast? But his local podcast is big stuff. And he's big stuff. Jake, you got to come up. Come here. Come on. You got to come. This guy has guts. And he walked out with a broken jaw. Anyway, this was not the greatest fight. But you know what it showed? Lots of courage. Come here, Jake. Say it.
Yeah, what Mr. Trump has taught me is courage. You know, we never back down from a fight, even if they're much bigger than you, much, much bigger than you. And I feel all the local Kentuckians feel the same way. You guys have that fight. You guys have that swag. There's a lot of young kids in here. The future of America. I grew up just a few hours away from here, and my dad taught me to fight. And all of our voices matter in America. And I'm never afraid to speak the truth. And I know you guys aren't. We are here representing the United States, and it's just a blessing. Thank you, Mr. Trump. We need more factories like this thriving all over the country, and I know he's going to be the one to bring that here to us. I know God is with us. I know he wants us on the right side of history, and everyone here has to do their part, and God's got us. Trump's got us. God bless. Love you, Kentucky.
Jake Paul standing on stage with President Trump. I never would have imagined this shit. I really would not have, man. I mean, this is just crazy. This is absolutely insane. And I know, like, you know, Trump did the podcast with Logan Paul and all of that, but having Jake Paul stand on stage with Trump is wild. And not only that, but what Trump's about to say next is even crazier.
No, he's a great guy. He's a courageous guy and a talented guy. He's a hell of a fighter, too, by the way. And I just want to say, I'm going to make a prediction that you will be, in the not too distant future, running for political office. Okay? And you have my complete and total endorsement, okay? No, that's what we want. He's an incredible guy. A lot of courage and smarts. So in 4...
Every now and then, Trump has a swing and a miss. So that is a swing and a miss right there. So, good Lord, Trump. Like, bringing him on stage is fine. Saying you give him your complete and total endorsement is fucking wild. Like, holy shit, Trump. He has no idea what he just said. What's up, Gary?
Long years, Joe Biden and the radical Democrats in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country, driving up prices all across the board. They left us a mess. In 12 months, my administration has driven down core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months, inflation was less than 1.7%. Under our policies, prices for chicken, eggs, cheese, butter, potatoes.
Wasn't he looting an Arizona mall in 2020? The thing about Jake is, so, I mean, I can't pretend to know a ton about him or Logan. I kind of know more about Logan than I do Jake at this point. And maybe that's why I find Jake to be more likable than Logan, but still not likable in general. I find Logan Paul to be a completely, it's hard to separate the two, but like I find Logan Paul to be like the most disingenuous person on the internet. And I know that's a huge statement, but I think Logan Paul is a complete and total fraud in every fucking way possible. He's a fantastic professional wrestler, though. He's a phenomenal athlete. And I give him credit for that. It's hard to separate Jake from Logan. Jake has done a lot of stupid things as well. But I don't know specifically about that, Gary. But yeah, Trump saying that is crazy. But again, Trump is not a very complicated person. He's just not. Like, if you compliment him and if you're respectful to him and if you're nice to him and you tell him he's great, he's going to be nice to you. This is what the left just doesn't understand. They can't get out of their own way. Trump is not complicated.
Potatoes and fresh fruit are lower today by a lot than when I took office. Hotel rates, automobile prices, and rent payments are way down as well. As a result of my direction to purchase $200 billion in mortgage bonds, a risky move, perhaps, but not for me. Mortgage rates are now the lowest in more than 5 years, and the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000.
More issues. They're having a lot of issues
Spare
with their feed.
Americans from buying up single-family homes. Under my most favored nation agreements for drug prices, we're also slashing drug prices at record levels with price differences of 400, 500, 600, and even 700%. Can you believe it? And I got that with the drug companies, and then I had to convince foreign nations that it's not fair, and I used the word tariff, the beautiful word. I always said one of my most favorite, most beautiful words. I used to say it's my favorite word, most beautiful word, and the fake news killed me. They said, what about your wife? What about God? What about religion? What about your children? I said, okay, it's my fifth favorite word. Now I don't get in trouble. No, they actually went after. I said, it's my favorite word in the dictionary, the word tariff. And they killed me. These guys are the worst. For decades, Americans have paid the highest drug costs in the world, but now, thanks to our policies, Americans are going to be paying the lowest drug prices paid anywhere in the world. And these incredible price reductions are available right now at, and I did not name this.
Holy crap. Zwanny and Dougie B. For your 199 instead of APL, how about Gina Carano? I like your thinking. And Zwanny dropped a $400 super chat for Nandy and all the amazing alpha males in the snake pit. I respect the 93%. I know, gay but true. Whew. Okay, so we've got some work to do here, okay? So I think that we should admire a couple of things, okay? And I'm sorry, but I think every single person that has criticized Gina Carano owes her an apology right now. Zwanny, we'll get back to that. I'll bring it back up in a minute, but boys, Gina is looking great. Holy crap. Like, are you kidding me? That's insane. Like, she is ready to rock and roll. And on top of that, by the way, shout out to the Ayatollah behind her making a cameo appearance. You can't stop the Ayatollah in the background. There he is. But yeah, man, Gina is she is kicking ass and taking names. I can't wait to see this fight. It's going to be amazing. She has a fight, been training like crazy. Absolutely. I can't believe how good she looks. She looks incredible. So big shout out to her. And Zwanny, $400. Don't super chat again, but like, what do you want me to play? Do you want me to play APL? Do you want me to play Sydney? You did say, you know, you were wanting to take care of the 7%. Whatever you need, Zwanny. Okay, whatever you need. Not complaining. I work for you. All right, you're the boss, not me. Let's see. Nubbin says birthday month tax $45.47 or $47.45. Let's freaking go. Thank you. Holy crap. You guys are insane. Absolutely. I'm waiting for Zwanny. It's her show. It's her show at this point. She runs the show. So, the Ayatollah of Cardbordola. Let me see here. Jeremy has dyslexia. What is that supposed to mean, laughing man? What is that supposed to mean? All right, listen. I respect the ladies, okay? I'm going to make an executive decision, all right? I respect the ladies of the Snake Pit, all right? And the ladies deserve some love in the chat, okay? So I'm going to make an executive decision. We're going to take care of the ladies, all right?
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and then they got go on. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
She says, perfect. There you have it.
Now, I can't help it that I'm custom made. I can't help it that I look good, smell good, can dance all night long. I can't help it that I'm the greatest wrestler alive today.
You guys are the best.
Done by Dr. Oz and Bobby. Where's Oz? He's back with the patient. See, he stays with the patient. Where's Oz? Oz, is it true that I did not name this after myself? Okay, thank you. If he said no, he'd be out of here. No, he's done a great job. And is she okay, Oz? Good. Thank you. Great job. She's okay.
Look at Zwanny looking out for the dudes. Look at that. You guys better be thanking her and all the other ladies for putting up with our bullshit around here, okay? Y'all better be thanking her and all the ladies. They deserve it, okay? There you have it, all right? Boom. I thought 400 was APL territory. You know what? We might as well, right? Not going to hurt nobody. Not going to hurt nobody, is it? Be Good Broadcast says, as a dude, thank you, ladies. All right. And of course, $400 is APL territory. So listen, for all the guys in the chat, I respect, all right? I respect all of you. This is specifically for Laughing Man. Laughing Man, this is for you, brother.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
My bad, Laughing Man. My bad. Sorry. My apologies. Sorry about that. Hang on. I clicked the wrong button. Sometimes you click the wrong button. It happens. Sorry. All right. My bad. Sorry. I apologize. Okay. All is good now. APL is in the house. Don't do that again.
So it's available right now, these really low prices, TrumpRx.gov. TrumpRx, and people are using it in record numbers. He named it, I didn't name it. I'm not sure I want my name on drug. Well, drug reduction is probably good.
What is Trump talking
Prices
about?
ever go
Hang
up,
on,
I'm going to say,
hang on.
get my name off there. People are using it in record numbers. He named it, I didn't name it. I'm not sure I want my name on drug. Well, drug reduction is probably good. Right? Prices ever go up, I'm going to say, get my name off there. But they're not going to go up. They're only going to go down. Other presidents tried to do it, but all they did was talk. It was all talk, no action. I got it done. I got it done for you. Got it done for Kentucky. But it's doing record type business, right? Biggest price reduction. I think it's one of the biggest things to happen in medicine because the prices are just a tiny fraction of what they were. So Trump RX is a major step toward a larger goal of reducing the cost of health care for hardworking Americans since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act. You know what that is? I love the name. The Unaffordable Care Act. Oh, do the Democrats hate me? I wonder who hates me more, stupid Tom Massey or the Democrats? I think it's close. Well, they have Trump derangement syndrome. If we won that war, which we have basically done, if we won that war in one day, he should have done it faster. It's unacceptable. And by the way, if I didn't go in, now they like to complain. It's hard for them to complain with that military. It's so incredible. But they like to complain. So let's assume I didn't go in. I was like every other president. Oh, no, let them kill people. Let them get an atomic weapon. Let them get a nuclear weapon that can destroy the world. So let's assume I didn't go in. They'd say, he should be going in. These are the worst people.
Yes.
Since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act, sometimes referred to as Obamacare, named after Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? Big insurance companies have gotten rich with our government giving them hundreds of billions of dollars as their stock prices soared up to 1,700%. Under my plan, I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and instead give the money directly to the people so that they can buy their own health care, which will be better health care at a lower cost, Dr. Oz. Okay? Billions, trillions of dollars a year, literally trillions, go to insurance companies and you get rotten health care. Obamacare is a loser. It was meant for the insurance companies, and the insurance companies.
Dude, I love that Trump is turning this into a full-on, this is a presidential, campaign. This is what this is. And I think he's gearing up for 2028, dude. I don't see how Trump just walks away. I really don't. This is just Trump in campaign mode. He's just bitching about Biden. He's bitching about Trump. He's bitching about Biden, bitching about Obama. He's just going full Trump all over the place. It's absolutely awesome.
Totally control the Democrats, not the Republicans. Just over 1 year ago, we inherited a mess, a floundering economy, wide open borders, the worst inflation ever, crime, chaos everywhere. Today, just a short time later, look, we've been there for 1 year. We have the most secure border in U.S. history. The flow of fentanyl across our border is down by 59%. We get it better. The murder rate just saw its single largest drop ever recorded, the lowest in 125 years. Before my father, Fred, was born, before he was born. And that's despite the fact that we have a lot of people that shouldn't have been allowed in here that are murderers. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising. The economy is roaring back. And America is respected again, perhaps respected like never before. Every single day of my administration, with the help of the great people of Kentucky,
Kentucky, Dougie B. There it is again.
Yeah, I love Kentucky. We will keep on working, and we will fight, and we will win. And together, we will make America powerful again, front row Joe. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again, strong. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you, Kentucky. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
This dude. Oh, come on.
Mr. President, a few questions.
Why did you cut it? We were enjoying it. Oh, well. That's the end of it right there, everyone. No more. It's so good, man. Well, you know what? Since that one got cut, I'll give you an equal, if not slightly better version. There you go. There you go. Again, really quick, if you're just tuning in, we do have an update to MegaCon. They have upgraded us to a bigger room because based on our RSVP and everything for our meetup, it was clear that we were probably not going to get everyone in the room that we had. Now we have a much bigger room that I do not think we're going to have a problem with space. Like I said, if we get 70% of this room filled up, I would be more than happy. But even like half of this room. So we're going to be good now. We did that because we knew that we didn't want anyone left out. The original room we had a max capacity of about 400. I'm expecting maybe 5. So the room now, I think the room holds over 1,000 people. So I think we've got more than enough room now. So that's going to be awesome. So if you want more info, mods are dropping links in the chat now, and that's going to have all of the information right there. So hopefully you'll be there. And then of course there's the MegaCon panel on Saturday, and then we have the meetup that night, and then we have the full schedule for everybody's appearances as well. That is listed on the website. So make sure you go check that out. Sounds good as long as I don't have to see Beardo. Well, Beardo will be there, so you will see him. So is Quartering going to the meetup? He's invited. I'd love for the Quartering to show up. That'd be great. I don't think he will, but he is more than invited. Absolutely 100%. So, okay, let's catch up on super chats really quick. Again, Swanee, thank you so much. Good Lord, man. That's insane, Swanee. Appreciate you so much. At least, like, I know you like me, even though Laughing Man doesn't. Can we get Sabaton for the close? 1,000% we can. Let's see here. But we're not ending right now. We got more to go. There's a lot. There's actually more to talk about. Hunter says, she's MAGA. Okay, would. Mono King says she should invest that money into LA Fitness, talking about the lady that came up on the stage for Trump. Jeremy the Cyborg says Benny covered it. Mr. Blue Scott says Trump, weave, and troll tax. Your Barmy says primary Thomas Massey and Rand Paul goat losers. Brucey says Jeremy might be gay, but he's a great American patriot. Hail the 199, screw the tide, and go Tigers, MAGA. Your Barmy says Jeremy hates us. Supreme Cobra Commander, what's up, frags? And look at this freaking picture. Nubbin, again, thank you for the proper 199. Hail to you. MH60 says cardboard tax. Thank you. Ministry of Wrong Things says, love this meme. It's unironically good for morale. 8 o'clock says, time travel back to 2016. Tell my teenage self Jake Paul will be endorsed by Donald Trump and iDubbbz is a dragon VTuber. Yeah, man. It's the weirdest timeline ever. Doug B for my 199. We got that one. Instead of APL, how about Gina Carano LFG? Nubbin with the 4745. JDT says, next time you go live after the intro, we need cardboard Jeremy in the chair the whole show. You off camera talking like normal. You know what? I'm not against running a full-on CobraCast where I just throw a cardboard cutout of me to meme on this. But while the meme is hot, I need to do this, okay? So I need to get a cardboard of myself, and the chat, it'll just be chat is takeover. It's just chat is takeover. And we'll see how many viewers we can get. We'll see how many super chats we can get. I might try that. This weekend. Friday Night Tights. Well, you know, because I know Gary, I don't know if you talked to X-Ray Girl or not, but I'll let you talk to her. But like Gary, I could just be a cardboard cutout for Friday Night Tights. That'd be good. Your Barbie says Gina is going to break X Borg. Two-Tan Tommy says, any updates on Breaking Guthrie season 6? None. I have heard no updates. That story is kind of gone, it seems like. Mr. Blue Sky says, young, vibrant man plus cardboard Ayatollah tax. L-Wing Secret Guard says, will the cardboard Ayatollah be making a guest appearance at MegaCon? I don't think we can bring him in there. I don't think so. That'll be a good way to get us kicked out of there if we did that. Why are you cardboard? The thing I wanted to talk about actually was I guess I wasn't aware of this, but bring cardboard Jeremy to MegaCon. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea, actually. So I was a little I guess this maybe I heard a little bit about this, but so Ben Shapiro and Piers Morgan are going at it, from what I understand. And Megyn Kelly made a video on it, so we're going to react to it.
There's a couple things that I want to get to first, and that includes the war that is unfolding between Ben Shapiro and Piers Morgan. Just by way of background, as you guys know, I was very good friends with Ben, and then he attacked me, to my surprise, utter shock, at the Turning Point event in December. He thought that I should be lumped in as like one of the problems when it comes to, I guess, anti-Semitism, even though I have spent the past 2.5 years fighting anti-Semitism very, very vocally on this show, and will continue to. What we saw on college campuses post-10.
So the thing about anti-Semitism is that it doesn't really matter how much you try to fight against it. If you say one wrong thing, you become anti-Semitic from a standpoint of somebody like Ben Shapiro. That's why it's just not worth trying to play his game at all, because you're only one opinion from becoming that thing in the eyes of someone like Ben Shapiro.
7 was absolutely abhorrent. I want Mahmoud Khalil gone. I haven't backed off of any of those views. Now I'm on his list of like cowardly people or anti-Semites, whatever. I can't keep up with it, and nor do I have any desire to. But the latest to be attacked by Ben Shapiro is Piers Morgan. And what was his sin? His sin was platforming, in quotes, Dave Smith, who is definitely a critic of Israel, who Charlie Kirk platformed as well at Turning Point. And that's why Charlie was called an anti-Semite. Remember when Charlie and I had our long...
Platforming. I've been accused of platforming people recently. When I didn't platform anyone, I reacted to their video.
Discussion about both of us had been called anti-Semites because we went to the Turning Point event last July. And in one very quick exchange, we talked about Jeffrey Epstein's possible ties to intelligence and said maybe it was Israel. Like literally, that's all we discussed about Israel. And we were both called anti-Semites by this leading Jewish organization. It wasn't some random internet commentator. And one of the reasons Charlie also got it after that was he platformed Dave Smith across from Josh Hammer, who's as pro-Israel as they come. But you see, you can't have that. You can't have a debate. So Piers did with Dave Smith what he always does with everybody, which is he had a big panel with like 6 people, the pro-Israel side there, the anti side there as well. And that was not okay with King Ben, who decided to go for him in SOT 1.
So last night on Piers Morgan, which is the Jerry Springer of political television, where people gather to throw chairs at one another and determine paternity.
That sounds awesome. Is that supposed to is that supposed to make me not want to watch Piers Morgan? You just gave me the best commercial for the Piers Morgan show. If I hear someone describe Piers Morgan that way, I'm tuning the fuck in.
SOT 1.
So last night on Piers Morgan, which is the Jerry Springer of political television, where people gather to throw chairs at one another and determine paternity.
Fuck yeah.
Piers Morgan, who has sort of made a mockery of the entire industry by putting on screen, whatever dregs are still willing to go on screen with Piers Morgan.
Hey,
he had on.
Wait a minute. Benny boy. Yours truly has been on Piers Morgan a couple times. I don't know if you know this, Ben, but I'm a pretty big deal. Now, you may counter that and say, but Piers Morgan doesn't know who you are, Jeremy. And I would say, I know, but I've still been on, okay? I've still been on twice. You're welcome.
Dave Smith, who has, apparently his job is never to tell jokes, but to instead give poorly informed foreign policy takes. And also to hate America. Here we go.
I mean, he's not wrong about Dave Smith.
Of Dave. So
Dave Smith is the worst. But the thing about Dave Smith that I will at least say in a complimentary way is that I don't think, and I could be wrong because I don't watch Dave Smith or anything like that, but I see enough, of the stuff about him. I think that Dave Smith is willing to talk to anyone. I don't think Dave Smith is the type of guy to say, I can't talk to so-and-so because of X, Y, and Z. I really don't think that he's that way. So the fact that he will talk to anyone, I do respect. Whereas Ben Shapiro clearly does not have that same philosophy, which is fine. I'm not saying one's right or wrong, but I mean, Dave will talk to any fucking body.
He decided that Piers Morgan had to be reduced to a Jerry Springer-esque character, that he's a joke. And then it came out that Ben has been refusing to go on Piers's show. And he won't. No, he won't. I'm seriously, from what I've understood, Dave will talk to anybody. Is there people he won't talk to? Does he have a certain group of people he won't talk to? And Ben did used a clip from Piers's show saying the reason I don't go on his show is because he platforms Nazis. And here's the clip.
I just stopped appearing on his show. Why? Well, honestly, he kept bringing on actual Nazis and the Nazi adjacents and then treated them all too often as voices worthy of a large audience. Like, for example, these people.
I believe that Jewish supremacy is the greatest threat to America.
Dan Blazerian, is that how you say his name? I've never thought this guy was a serious person. This guy has always been a clown.
And I think it's the greatest threat to the world today. I truly believe that.
You think Hitler was very cool?
Yes, I do.
One of them,
and I'm tired of pretending he's not.
It's going to be the headlines tomorrow. Piers Morgan, Israel is ISIS.
Only amongst people who weren't listening.
That's how I feel about those young men in Gaza. You ask me why I won't condemn them.
Yeah, but Piers is, first of all, I'm not here to defend Nick Fuentes, but Fuentes was clearly being sarcastic because if you actually watched his entire interview, and I've said this many times, I don't really like watching Nick Fuentes on his show. I do enjoy listening to Nick Fuentes when he's being interviewed by other people because, and I would think this is probably I'm not saying this is criticism of him per se, but it's just like when Nick is on his own show, he's in his own world. He's leaning into his memes and shit like that. I think he's better when he's on other people's shows. And in that clip, because I can't speak to the other ones because I didn't watch them in their entirety, but I did watch the Nick Fuentes one. If you actually watched it, Nick went in there with the mindset of having a good faith conversation, and Piers was clearly all about hijacking it and hitting gotcha questions. So by the time he got to that point with Fuentes was already in, I'm just going to answer you sarcastically because I've lost all interest in you, because you're not here for a serious conversation. The other things that you're seeing, though, all of these points, Piers is actually trying to counter a lot of what they're saying. So because other people are saying something on Piers Morgan's show, Ben Shapiro is going to hold him accountable. What the fuck, man?
Because those young men were born into a concentration camp.
Israel has been a terrorist state. Okay, Israel right now is imparting a genocide and a Holocaust on the Gazan people.
Listen, it's Piers' choice who he decides to have on his show and how he decides to conduct the kind of clown car battle royale that he does on a show every night. And it's my choice not to join that circus. We all make our choices and we all live with them, but some of us make our choices based on, actual principles and not the clique.
Actual principles. Actual principles. Ben Shapiro, Mr. Never Trumper, back in 2016, but he has principles. Ben Shapiro, who said he was wrong about being a Never Trumper, went on to support Trump in 2016. Trump had his run in 2016. Trump had the election stolen in 2020. And then Trump ran again in 2024, and Ben Shapiro abandoned Trump once again for Ron DeSantis. Ben Shapiro, the guy with principles. Get the fuck out of here with your fucking bullshit principles.
Okay, so Piers has to be condemned as a Jerry Springer joke, and he's not allowed to have Dave Smith on, even if Dave Smith comes on with a bunch of pro-Israel people, because Ben objects. And then Ben pulls a bunch of clips of contentious, which was not revealed by Ben, interviews that Piers has done with various people on his show. Well, Piers did not take kindly to any of this. And he decided to play the other side of those interviews, because Piers does push back on his guests. If he's going to have a Nick Fuentes on, he's going to give him a hard time. By the way, that's how it would go on this show too, but I've chosen not to platform him because I have absolutely no desire to talk to him or to advance his message with my audience. That's fine though. Piers wanted to.
You talk about Nick Fuentes as much as anybody. So don't sit there and be like, I'm taking a stance of not platforming him. You talk about him all the fucking time, Megyn Kelly. Like at some point in time, like if you're going to talk about the motherfucker all the time, then don't sit there and virtue signal and say that you're like, I'm going to take a stand and not talk to him because I don't believe in him. You talk about him all the fucking time.
Different way. And I have no problem with that. I have no problem with having whatever. People do their shows the way they want to do them. And Ben was right that he doesn't have to go on Piers if he doesn't. But there was absolutely no point in attacking him, making an issue of Piers Morgan, and he's been attacking him ever since, just because he platformed, quote unquote, one guy you don't like in the midst of many others who are espousing your view. I guess they have to have a monopoly on Piers's show, which you don't control, and I guess you're very upset about it. Here's Piers showing the other side of those interviews.
And it's outrageously disingenuous that the clips he showed did not include the parts of those interviews where I called out every single one of them about things I didn't agree with. His montage of the same interviews could have looked like this. You sound like a Nazi.
I mean, why do you say that?
That's literally what Nazis would have said in World War II. You think if half your family had been wiped out by very fucking cool Hitler, you'd still think he was very fucking cool? Or would you think that actually he was a despicable monster who murdered 12 million people? The comparison, which is more apposite, is ISIS and Hamas. They are both nihilistic terror groups intent on killing as many Jewish people and others as they can possibly kill. That's not true.
As the numbers, okay.
It's just not true.
Piers.
Well, Professor, with respect.
Okay, I'm not going to.
It's not true.
Piers. Yeah, but you have to listen to what I say.
You want me
to be fair, Piers, you do a lot of this with other people before they come on your show. And the whole point is, as Piers plays people's clips out of context, like super controversial people, he plays clips of theirs out of context in order to motivate them to come on his show so he can get more viewership from them. So, like, it's a game they all fucking play. You know what I mean? Like, you did this to like Andrew Tate, you did this to Fuentes, and then you're like, oh, why are you playing my clips out of context? And he's like, well, come on my show and we'll hash it out.
You want me to believe you when you say you weren't aware of the scale of this for several days? I find that I'm incredulous. You want me to believe that?
This country, which was formed in 1948 by pretending to be refugees, if you will, and being invited into the homes of Palestinians, the horrific story.
Well, they weren't
of what
pretending to be
happened,
refugees. They were people fleeing a Holocaust. You can take the view, as many do, that interviewing people with extreme opinions is pointless. You can stick your head in the sand like an ostrich or hide behind your very big desk and wish they didn't have an audience, but they do.
Totally disingenuous clip by Ben Shapiro. He takes the controversial piece that these people have said, some of these people, and airs it as though this is Piers' sin, that he's allowed these people to come on and just have his platform and spew racist talking points like, Hitler's very fucking cool, in the case of Nick Fuentes, without showing what Piers always does. Piers, that's his bread and butter. He loves having these mix-ups. Even when I go on there, we had a very contentious mix-up over Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl that has over 40 million views right now. People enjoy watching these spars. Some people, this sparring. So to suggest that Piers would just allow somebody like Nick Fuentes to come on and not challenge him, it's just like so disingenuous.
And it's also disingenuous that you will call out people. Like, again, I got no dog in this fight because I got problems with all parties in this one. But, like, she won't call out Candace Owens. She's actually tried to make Candace seem like the sympathetic figure in this whole thing. She's been, I'm talking about Megyn Kelly right now. She has been incredibly disingenuous over the whole Candace Owens thing. But they all are. Like, again, you're talking about all of these people. Piers Morgan, Megyn Kelly, Ben Shapiro. These are all major players who are all trying to get the same audience, and they're all jealous of each other. And this is their mainstream mentality is bleeding over into their YouTube world.
And Piers responded to the overall criticism as follows, Top 4.
If you disagree with him, you're a Nazi, he says, channeling Kamala Harris. Everybody knows my position on Israel. I vehemently defended Israel's right to respond and defend itself after October the 7th. I became increasingly critical of Israel because its government's actions in Gaza became impossible to defend. If Ben listened to some of the arguments instead of just throwing tantrums about them, he might understand why. Just as I continue to host people.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. I care about Chris Whiting's proper 199 super chat. I care. Okay. I care. Thank you, Chris, for the proper 199. Jumbo J says, Jeremy, honest question. Why do people get so tribal over the Israel issue? I mean, it's a very nuanced issue. I mean, a lot of the pro-Israel side is based in religion and people's interpretation of it and the Holy Land and all of that and what they believe from that perspective. And then the anti-Israel side has their beliefs as to how much involvement Israel has in this historic thing, that the Jews are controlling this, and, you know, all of these different scenarios. It's these things are just like, there's so much to it. And so I don't know what the right answer is. What I know is all I can do is tell you who annoys me the most, and who annoys me the most is the anti-Israel side. The anti-Israel people are the most retarded people on the internet. It doesn't mean that the pro-Israel people aren't equally as retarded, but they don't bother me that much. The anti-Israel people accuse me of like all this, not just me, by the way. They accuse Asmund fucking Gold. They accuse anybody that doesn't give the Owen Benjamin fucking narrative or the Dan Blazarian narrative. If you don't say what those fucking guys say, then the anti-Israel crowd accuses you of being paid by Israel. Like, that's literally the line. Like, repeat what Owen Benjamin says, or you work for Israel. I was like, okay, that makes a lot of fucking sense, I guess. Thank you, Chris, for the proper 199. I appreciate it. 7K, not yet. Not yet. One of these days, I'm working towards it.
Who defend Israel's conduct in Gaza when many people wish I wouldn't and say I shouldn't, Ben Shapiro does. He, of course, has my phone number and my email address. He could have discussed his different...
Hey, don't steal that line. I already used that one on the quartering, all right? So you can't steal my line, Piers Morgan. I used that one. You can't do that. I will copyright strike you right now. I used that line on the quartering. You're not allowed to do that.
With me in private, which I would have preferred. But he hasn't bothered to even politely reply to my occasional messages for a very long time now, oddly, since the very moment I started criticizing the Israeli government. And he chooses to get on his own podcast and throw pathetic pot shots at me instead. So let me use my platform to respond directly. The difference between me and you, Ben, is that I'm heavily criticized by both sides because I listen to both sides, and very often I criticize both sides too, without fear or favor. You're only criticized by one side because you choose to air only one side and you choose to ignore or even silence the other. I'm a journalist. You are a propagandist.
I'm sorry to say he's 100% right. It's very sad to me as somebody who's known Ben forever and helped make.
By the way, to that point, I woke up this morning to people tagging me in this. And again, I'm just laughing at this. I'm not stirring drama. I'm just laughing at this. Okay. Somebody tagged me in this morning. They said the comment section is a riot. Geeks and Gamers asked you to make that why you made a video apologizing instead of calling them. This guy says can't run ads on a phone call. Holy shit. Can't run ads on a phone call. Fucking legendary. All right. Fucking legendary.
Ben, 100%. He became a star on my show, The Kelly File. I'm very sorry to see this happen. And there is absolutely no cause to go run around policing the guests on somebody else's show and trying to diminish somebody who is as interesting, but, and I mean this complimentary, benign as Piers Morgan. Piers is not a pernicious force. Piers is an interesting guy who's got an interesting show. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not. It's up to you. I think he's really interesting, and I think his interviews are great. But that now we have to get rid of Piers Morgan. So obviously, in Ben's view, Tucker had to go. Clearly, even though he helped build Candace.
I think what you're seeing right now, and again, I'm just as honest as I can. You are seeing all of these egomaniacs that are from the mainstream eating each other alive right now. That's what's happening. Like, that's truly what's going on. Tucker Carlson, mainstream. Megyn Kelly, mainstream. Ben Shapiro, mainstream. Piers Morgan, mainstream. They're all just eating each other alive because they all feel that they are trying to get the same real estate right now. Megyn Kelly has 4 million subscribers. Ben Shapiro has like probably 7 or 8 million. I don't know. Fucking Piers Morgan has, 4 or 5 million subscribers. Tucker Carlson has millions of subscribers. They're all just they're so jealous and they're snakes in the grass. That's who they are. That's who they are.
She had to go. Then I had to go, even though I've had a 15-year friendship with a guy. Publicly attacked me. Same thing. Not even a text in advance. Even though we had a text like literally 4 months or 4 weeks earlier saying, no matter who we're friends with, because he was mad I was friends with Tucker, our friendship means more to us than anything. And we won't do anything to F it up. Next thing I know, I get attacked by him on stage at Turning Point. Now Piers Morgan, like how many people have to go? Truly, how many people must be culled from the conservative movement in order to make Ben happy? This is ridiculous. And it's not just Ben. All right. There are others who take his lead once he calls you an anti-Semite or says you need to be kicked out of, polite society. There are a couple of others, not a huge amount, I have to say. Ben's numbers are very bad right now. But he's got some influence with some crew.
Oh, hold on. Let's see here. Damn. She just called him out. Let's see here. Social Blade, Benny Shapiro. Let's see here. Ben Shapiro's YouTube stats. I mean, he's hitting 25 million views in the last 30 days. That's really fucking good. However, so he's got 7 million subscribers. He's lost 20,000 in the last 30 days. That happens. You can't really take that into account, really. 25 million. How do you spell her fucking name? Megan. Let me look up hers. Megan Kelly. Okay. Megan Kelly has 131 million views in the last 30 days. Fuck me. That's a lot of fucking views. Holy shit. Wow. So she's making bank. Let's see. But at the same time, Ben Shapiro owns part of Daily Wire or something. But she's got a lot more YouTube views for sure. But I don't know how much I take into that. I mean, how much of her stuff is shorts? I have to look at her channel to see if she's got a bunch of shorts. Let's see here. So let me go Megan Kelly. Jeremy, the name is literally, oh, I know, that's what I was looking at when I was she's doing a lot of fucking uploads every day. Yeah, it's just a different structure with her channel. But either way, she's doing great. And I got a spoiler for you, Megan Kelly. You are a lot easier on the eyes than little Ben Shapiro. Just saying. I mean, there's a reason I'm reacting to you. Listen, Megan, I'm reacting to you because people would rather watch me react to you than me react to Patrick Bet David or Ben fucking Shapiro, okay? Spoilers.
This is so wrong. So good for Piers Morgan for fighting back. I'm completely on Team Piers, and I'm sorry to see Ben going in this direction. International.
There we go. So, Megan Kelly, Ben Shapiro, Tucker Carlson, Piers Morgan, all the mainstream people are fighting each other and arguing with each other. And I'm sitting here just being a retard. And so I'm enjoying it. Did we get a gaming stream raid? Thank you for the raid. Are they done over there? Hail to the 199. Thank you, guys. Mr. Blue Sky got that one. Captain JPS says Cardboard Jeremy versus Gary Spock on F&T. Daniel's Corner says answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe and everything. Birthday tax. Requesting a Sweeney for my birthday. You know what? How about that old red dress, Sweeney? All right. How about that old red dress making an appearance as we read some super chats? All right. Shorty Short says YouTuber Dregs Tax. Thank you. John Wayne says, I just had, let's see, it had just occurred to me that Ben Shapiro sounds exactly like Jimmy Kimmel. Same weasel voice, same weasel mannerisms, or same mannerisms. JDT says, I have a feeling the chat is going to be making some one-time use of cardboard Sweeneys and APLs tonight. Mellow Yellow says, English accents are so feminine. Are they? Biggest Ball says, Tim Pool's a retard. This guy needs to get some testosterone replacement therapy soon. He's days away from becoming Brittany Griner. Facts. Damn. Mod Eric says, Trump needs to dump Jake Paul and just get whoever that is. Jake Paul is going to be a player for sure. He just is. I froze. Who cares if I froze? Doesn't matter. But again, one more time, Zwanny dropped a $400 super chat, and we're going to end on Sabaton for Zwanny. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you for all of the super chats. Great streams today. We did almost 5 hours today total on this channel. I've got to make videos for Geeks and Gamers. So look at that. Laughing Mass says 3-hour CobraCast in the books. Jeremy's wrapping up. Script leak. Good night, Jeremy. I'll see you in a week and a half, Laughing Man. So again, MegaCon changes. We have a bigger room now and the time has shifted 15 minutes, 10:30 a.m. Start time instead of 10:15. Check out geeksandgamers.com for all of those details. We have the pinned post right there. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a good night, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.